day for footy, to be honest. It's overcast, so the sun's not shining on them. There's no wind, and it's just that slight bit of cool that'll be good once they're running around for them.
Beautiful. Chris Mitchell brought to you by the Old Town and Country Tavern this afternoon. Special comments by Mitchie and Dan Vaccaro on the water stat sheet as the players start to get set here. Roos making their way out to position, so too are the Panthers. Good afternoon to you. If you tuned in to 1566 3&E today, Saturday the 23rd of July, John Ford Oval in Corowa, round 14 of 18. As we're about to get this game on, what a beauty it is. As we said, only percentage separates these two teams on the ladder. Both 24 premiership points apiece, boys. A beauty.
Yep. Nothing between them on the ladder, and not much between them last time they played as well, these two. 3 points, so it should be a ripping contest. Yeah,
Tom Goodwin and Jack Driscoll will contest the opening bounce here. The umpire's getting set.
Caelan Bradkey starting in the midfield too, boys.
Yeah, he is.
Good spot there, Daniel.
Or is he?
That'll be him over there, I believe.
No, that's Jared Lane. Jared Lane.
Not a good spot by Daniel.
Yeah.
I'll stick to my stats. Sorry,
That's
boys.
Might have to get the spec savers. Let's get it on. Round 14 of 18, John Ford Oval. It's the Roos up against the Panthers. So Goodwin with a nice tap out of the middle. Ben Ashley Cooper went in. And then Jordan Ayres got the handball off to Gilmore. So it was turned over. The Panthers go in, but Hatton wins it for the Roos, and they come back out again to that man, Jared Lane. And then on to Robinson, who should have taken that mark, but he spilled it. Ball goes to ground at the bottom of the pack, and it will be tied up, Chris Mitchell.
That's exactly why Jared Lane is playing through the guts there. Obviously, ball found its way on the outside, and a good wheel round on his left foot, and Robinson should have taken the mark in the middle of the ground.
Goodwin, clear tap away. And then Harlan came through. Struve grabs it, though, for the Roos, and he's dropped it straight away, so he's pinged with it. And the ball will go to Hopper.
So it looks like Bradkey and Butler are matched up against each other.
Hopper out wide to Tom Hargrave. Scrubby old kick along the ground. Then picking it up was O'Brien. Looping hand pass over the top, trying to find Miles Albers. Left foot into Sean Driscoll. Just went the required distance. And the Panthers will have the first shot on the sticks to the Bridge Road end.
Really positive start by Lavie. I know it's early days, but they've already had the 2 repeat inside 50s, and their big names getting their hands on the footy. Jakey O'Brien, Sammy Hopper and Tommy Hargrave.
And Miles Albers doesn't need to find a lot of the footy to set his teammates up. Great little spot round the boundary there for to set this one up for a shot at goal.
Yeah, so this will be a beautiful start for the Panthers. The visiting team this afternoon as Sean Driscoll kicks to the Bridge Road end, and that is a lovely strike of a Sharon. He's got it. So the Panthers draw first blood at John Ford Oval. They are away, Sky Burgess, as we head down to you for Albury-Wodonga MG.
Yeah, they're just on top of them at the moment, aren't they? Very, very clean and going hard at that contest. The Roos need to step up if they want to stay in it.
Absolutely, Dan.
First clearance out for Lavie, so that's why they went forward so often. But yeah, 2 repeat inside 50s, a really positive start. Corowa will need to bite back here.
Haven't been pretty much over halfway yet, the Roos. So obviously very early in the game. 2 minutes on the Harvey Norman betting scoreboard.
Here we go again. In the middle, Driscoll try to get it down to Hargrave. Intercepted, though, by Jared Lane, and he gets it off to Melksham. Puts it on the right boot. Robinson picked it up off the bounce and then goes to Jordan Ayres. High ball forward entry for the Roos. A one-on-one. Bradkey and Butler down there. Marsh might be gone, is he?
Way too long, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Just trying to find his way out of traffic there, Lukey, and just took way too long and had someone right on his back there. And Bradkey's going to have a free kick from the top of the square.
Yeah, so a quick chance to respond here for the Roos. So good footy. Straight inside 50 shortly after the ruck contest. And as Chris Mitchell said, Marsh just holding on for it to the ball for too long and has been pinged, and Bradkey to have a shot to the scoreboard end. And this would level the scores early days. And he gets it. And the Roos are pumped up too. There's some noise down there. And you're listening to 1566 3&E this afternoon. This is O&M Live as we go down to Sky Burgess for Albury-Wodonga MG.
Yeah, that was better, wasn't it, boys? They just held their position, clean skills, and straight into the 50.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Sky. Really explosive centre clearance there by Corowa. Straight out of the middle, their big names. Goodwin down to Jared Lane, straight into their 50. So really positive start for the Kangaroos.
I think it's fair to say too, Chris, Bracky really needs to kick a bag today if the Roos are to get home.
Yeah, that's right. There's a lot riding on his young shoulders, isn't there? He's got high hopes, and he's a great talent, but he's going to have to kick a few if the Roos are going to trouble the Panthers.
Yep, so almost 4 minutes gone on the Macca's time clock. And on the Harvey Norman betting scoreboard, we're locked up and a goal apiece, 6-all. Hargrave goes off the ground. O'Brien got a hand to it as the ball heads towards the Bridge Road end slowly. Gilmore, look at him go, trying to weave through traffic. Got the handball back to Glanville. Short inside 50. Made a task for it for Cook. Tries to search for it on the ground. Jordan Ayres, he's been busy early. Then on to Damien Wilson and got it off to a teammate. And they head down towards the 50 arc and Woods got it for the Roos and goes short. About a 20-metre one to Jared Lane. Angles back inboard to Damien Wilson and then handballs off to Shilg and then back to Damien Wilson. So they link up nicely. And then down towards the half-forward flank. Bevan in a contest with Struve. Filipponi did well to win it. Struve goes again, dishes out, but it's intercepted by Ben Ashley Cooper and then goes short to O'Brien on centre wing. Down the line to Sean Driscoll, who was able to kick the opening major for the Panthers, and then a high ball inside 50 looking for Driscoll. Good contest. Hatton wins it on the left foot, down the line, bouncing. Panthers again through Driscoll. Gee, he's been busy and prominent early as he fires another one forward for the Panthers. A contest up there, and there's a whistle.
Push out. Yeah, it'll be a free kick to the Roos.
Good on you, Chris. So the Kangaroos winning it back. Defence holds up. And now all of a sudden the Panthers have to defend. Has Melksham, has it in the back pocket for the Roos and gets it on to Joe Hansen. What a footballer he is. He's had a wonderful year.
A press on, don't they? Just very hard to get out, and obviously turning the ball over now, it's going to go straight back into the 50 for Lavington.
Yeah, you're right. They are choking them, aren't they? The Panthers defence, Chris, as the ball goes back in to the Panthers attacking 50. Shield was under pressure. Howard, great to see him back in the footy team. And there's Goodwin and gets the handball off to Melksham again, looking for Barrett. To the Roos, trying to weave through traffic with handballs. And that was nice. Back to Goodwin, on to centre wing, missing Spencer. He's got to go now, so too is Bevan. And coming into it was Marsh, picks it up for the Panthers, wants the line, gets it. Ball out of bounds here, right of centre wing, near side as we go to Dan Vaccaro for Waters.
On the Waters stat sheet, boys, the inside 50 count is prominent, so 6 inside 50s to the 1 in favour of Lavington at the moment.
Beautiful. Sky Burgess for Albury Wodonga MG. What's the latest down there, Sky?
Not a whole lot going on, to be honest. I've only seen one rotation from Lavington, so Hargrave come off for a spell, but it's pretty calm down here at the moment.
Hopper tearing through the middle for the Panthers, bounce, and then he wanted to go back to Sean Driscoll. He must have had 5 or 6 possessions already in this opening term. Just missed O'Brien. He probably should have marked it. O'Brien went through his mitts, and then the Roos defence again.
Oh dear.
Tried to get one out. It was dangerous. Garland, and there's a whistle, and Ben Ashley Cooper's won the ball.
Driscoll's been prominent early, hasn't he?
He's been unreal, hasn't he? He is really getting a lot of the pill, no doubt about that. Garland to Albers. Some experienced footballers there. And then left foot, hurry kick, looking for Cook. Curley after it now in a race with Joe Hansen. Ball out of bounds. Arc of the 50 or just inside it to the Bridge Road end. And we'll have a boundary throw in. So
8 inside 50s already, Lavington on the Waters stat sheet. And it's all on the back of, as you said, that man, Jack Driscoll. But Sammy Hopper's had the 3 touches as well.
And Luke, they love going through the corridor of the Roos, and sometimes it's to their detriment as well. And we saw a great kick there. They marked truly on centre-half back there and just took the dangerous option to go through the middle of the ground with a player who had someone on his tail. So, just need to probably go a little bit wider, I reckon, the Roos.
So almost 7.5 gone, or is ticking up towards the 8-minute mark here on the Macca's time clock. Both teams 1 goal apiece as Garland takes the mark just inside the centre square. Yep. And then moves it to Gilmore. She's a likely looking guy, this guy, Chris, isn't he?
Moves really well, doesn't he? No one can get a hand on him. Gilmore, he's had a great start to the game.
Not much of a kick, to be honest. Low shooting ball inside 50. Curley pounces on it. Cleans up. Has he got it?
No.
He's missed it to the near side. So probably had more time than what he thought in the end.
Had 2 bites of the cherry, kicked the first one into the man on the mark and had another crack, and was only about 20 out directly in front. Tried to do a bit of a banana. Did have a bit of a player up his backside there, but probably rushed it a little bit. Could have ran into a bit further, I reckon, but it's going to come straight back.
Chris Mitchell, brought to you by the Old Town and Country Tavern. So the Kangaroos deep in defence. Wilson has got the ball. The opening term on O&M Live, brought to you by A-Grade Batteries and Oils. You're listening to 1566 3&E and watching O&M Live on the stream. Good afternoon to you. Make sure you stick with us this afternoon as Hopper for the Panthers goes very wide on that occasion. He was looking for Garland, and Shilg wins it for the Roos, and again gets a left foot out of defence, looking for Jared Lane. Ball very wide. That might be out of bounds on the full. It is, and the Panthers win it. So they go to Glanville, and then a short one back to Garland. In fact, that's Miles Albers with the ball in the full, Guernsey. So they really need to capitalise here, don't they, Chris? So the Panthers have had a lot of possession, but they've just got to finish.
Yeah, it's really contested footy in the back half there for the Roos, but it's really living in the forward 50 for the Panthers. They do need to capitalise. They haven't had really clear opportunities, so just need to be a little bit more patient with their ball movement going into the 50.
This is their 13th inside 50, this one right here, boys.
As Gilmore goes in and then looking for a player, Panther hit the deck. Albers pounces on it, right foot around the body, high ball will bounce in the goal square, falls. O'Brien, has he got it? He has. Beautiful roving work off hands. That was fantastic. So Miles Albers with a pot shot to the Bridge Road end. Then the ball came down, hit the hands of a big pack, and O'Brien has read it beautifully. And he's jammed it through for a major to the Bridge Road Jen as we go to Dan Vicar on the Water stats.
Yeah, completely getting played in Lavington's half here, boys. 13 inside 50s to Corowa's 1. So 2 goals to 1 does not tell the story at the moment. Sammy Hopper's been fantastic with the 5 touches. Jakey O'Brien, who just kicked that goal there, he's also contributed with the 3 touches as well. So really, really positive start for Lavington.
It was a real rainmaker, that one, and O'Brien read it best front and centre and kicked a goal from right on the line.
Sky, sun's coming out at John Ford Oval.
It is. It's quite nice on my back. I hope it stays out.
Exactly. Sky brought to you by Aubrey Wodonga MG this afternoon. The Panthers go in again, but yep, that man, Joe Hansen, just in fantastic form. And then a beautiful ball for Tom Goodwin. Joe Hansen wanted it back, but Tom elected to keep it. And then he'll come this side to the half-forward flank for the Roos. Bradkey, a long way from home. Butler with a big defensive fist. And then Cam Wilson after it. Gathers now, hand pass on, and then back to Wilson. And now Melksham has it. And what will he do on this occasion? Weaves through, puts it on the right boot, and then sends it. Don't know if that kick was the best option. And Harlan has got back and taken the mark, Chris Mitchell.
Yeah, Lavington had the numbers behind the ball there, 2 right on the centre-half back, and he just didn't lower his eyes enough, I don't think, Melksham, and had probably a bit more time after he skipped around a couple. But, just need to be a bit cleaner going forward, I think, the Corowa Footy Club, because they're not going to get that many clean opportunities to have a look at it.
Sean Driscoll has had a huge opening term here at John Ford Oval. The visiting Panther. He's on the half-forward flank out of side. And what will he do here, Sean? He puts a high ball in, and so another forward entry. Dan Vaccaro, what are the inside 50s now, mate,
inside
on the Water
50
stats?
Counts is 15-2 in favour of Lavington on the Water stat sheet.
15-2, Chris Mitchell.
It's an avalanche. And they've only got 2 goals on the Harvey Norman betting scoreboard, the Panthers, for their names. For all their efforts, not capitalising at the moment. So, the story tells you if you have this many inside 50s, it's going to come your way eventually, isn't it?
Yeah, well, and you can tell that that's the type of game style that they're actually trying to play Lavington as they go forward again here.
Yeah, that was Sean Driscoll again into Brennan. And look at that man tearing out.
Cody
that
Howard.
Was Howard, yeah. So good to have him back in the team. And Dan is watching him on the Water stat sheet this afternoon, so we'll see how he goes throughout the day. Jared Lane, here go the Roos. They're heading forward, and they've got a man on his own. Xander Nash is after it, and he picks it up now, swings around left foot, didn't come off any good. Spencer goes after it. He's tackled, ball across the line, near side southern end. And we'll have a boundary throw in. First turn brought to you by A-Grade Batteries and Oils here on O&M Live. You're with Sky Burgess, Dan Vaccaro, Chris Mitchell, and Luke Francis as we go to Dan again for another Waters stat sheet. What's standing out for you, Dan, besides the inside 50s?
Well, the inside 50s is the major standout, but the ball winners for Lavington's prominent. Sammy Hopper having the 5, Tom Hargrave 3, and Jakey O'Brien with the 4 as well. They're big names getting their hands on the footy.
Wood goes to Melksham, so they win it back, the Roos. It's inside their attacking 50 here at the scoreboard end. Wood again, brought down by a Panther. He's gone on this occasion. Umpire said he had plenty of opportunity. He dropped it. And there is a turnover.
A good introduction to O&M footy for Charlie Sanson. He's on Cody Howard, probably the Roos' best defender, and returning from injury. So going to be great to see how he goes in the white and fluoro boots as well. So I don't know if his old man would have worn something flashy like that, but great to see Charlie out there today.
Yeah, it certainly is. If you're looking for Charlie Sanson, he's in the number 23 Guernsey for the Panthers. The 18-year-old as Butler takes the ball just outside defensive 50. And so much riding on this game this afternoon for these two clubs, as we've said. Only percentage separates the two football teams, both on 24 premiership points leading into this one. Driscoll, who's been enormous in the opening term, out wide to Nick Newton. And then Newton tries to angle back towards the corridor. Glanville took the mark. Barrett got him a little late, and there will be a 50.
He's just got him late in the back and didn't need to do it, and he's going to be within reach of a shot at goal here. So it could be a costly error for the Roos.
That was fantastic play there by Lavington. They worked it out of their back line so well and so patient. Little 20-metre kicks, little 15-metre handballs and kicks, and look at that, they're going to get a shot on goal.
Yeah, they are. Sky, a rotation down there.
Yep, they're definitely starting to happen now. The last goal we had 3 on 3 off, so the boys are just trying to keep their fitness up out there.
Yeah, so Bevan has gone onto the ground, replacing Jack Harlan. As Glanville will have a shot to the Bridge Road end. This will give the Panthers their 3rd goal, and he's got it, Billy. And speaking of having good years, this guy has just been unreal. A man who Adam Schneider can put anywhere, Chris Mitchell, and what a trump card to have.
Brent Dixon pumped his tyres up pre-game, didn't he? He's living up to the hype so far. So, yeah, great to see Glanville get on the scoreboard. Driscoll, O'Brien with the others. That's their 3rd, and we've only played 15 minutes on the McDonald's time clock.
Yeah, absolutely. And on the Waters stat sheet, he's had the 3 touches as well. Contributed with a goal along with his other partners in Sammy Hopper, who's had the 5. Tommy Hargraves contributing as well with the 3 touches, and then a whopping 17 inside 50s. Lukey.
That's Dan Vaccaro for Waters. Sky for Aubrey Wodonga MG. What stood out to you in the opening term, Sky?
I would just have to say, like it was mentioned before, just the patience of Lavie and how they're working it into their 50. But on the flip side, you've got to say how well Corowa are defending. At the end of the day, when you've got that many inside 50s and not that many goals, like hats off to the Corowa defenders.
They're under siege, the Corowa defenders.
Yeah, this quarter brought to you by the A-grade batteries and oils, and a little bit of a mixed opportunity here for the Roos, battling really hard to win it through the midfield, and they've won another one. But obviously, we see they love to go through the corridor, and that's exactly what they're doing here. Yeah,
so Jordan Ayres with the footy. So the Roos have possession. Umpire calls play on. Thumping kick inside 50. Bradkey just sailed over his head. Nick Newton went back. Quick kick, rolling towards the goals. Out of the pack, and it's gone through for one behind. Far side, scoreboard end. So 19 plays 8 here as we almost reach the 17-minute mark on the Macca's time clock. And, well, the Panthers up, the
Poor
visiting team.
There, I reckon, from Corowa. They just let it out way too easy. There was not even a Roos defender in the... 2 probably defenders in the 50, Dan. And just way too easy for Lavington.
So Corowa's forward defence is really, really poor. Them going forward, I think, is prominent. I think they're quite potent going forward, but they're letting Lovey out too easy here.
Hargrave went on to Glanville, and there's a whistle, and Hargrave got brought down after he moved that ball on, so Glanville will take it only 10 metres away, and then moves it on to Albers.
And obviously having to spend a lot of petrol tickets to defending at the moment. So how is that going to affect how they run this first quarter out?
Yeah, you're right about that, Chris. They are chewing up a bit of juice here, the Roos, in the opening term in defence, working overtime. Glanville, and then lays one off to Ben Ashley Cooper, fires it inside 50. Contest down there, ball out the back, running on Gilmore, goal. Well, that was too easy for the Panthers on that occasion. Just no one out the back, Chris, defending, and the Panthers have strolled into an easy one.
Yeah, just need to be a bit better set up behind the ball, I think, defensively. Obviously, defending a lot, as we've spoken about already. In the inside 50s, it's an avalanche. But, yeah, Gilmore just found himself at the back of the pack there running into an open goal. Not good enough at the moment.
I think the disappointing thing for Corowa at the moment is not so much that their defenders are under complete siege. It's more so their midfield and their forward line aren't doing the defensive work, Lukey. And that's what's resulting into 2 far easy goals for Lavington. And that's why they've had 18 inside 50s to Corowa's 4.
That's it. Sky Burgess boundary side for Albury, Wodonga, MG. What do you got down there for a Sky?
Oh, we've just had Argun going for Hargraves before, sorry. I'm watching the boys out here, and they, I just think they're too loose over, in general, Corowa. They just need to stick to that man. Like Dan said, when it's coming out of the thing, they're like 5 metres away from the players, and Lavie are just chipping it around, so they really need to tighten it up.
Barrett on to Wilson. And it came from Osborne, and then back to Damien Wilson. He gets it to the outer side, and it's with Cam now. And what can they do in this build-up as they send it down the line to Robinson, and he makes his way towards the foot. He beats him, though, over the line, and we will have a boundary throw-in.
Cam Wilson on the 40-wing stat sheet, boys. He's up to 6 touches, so he doesn't stop trying, along with brother Damien, who's on 5, and Cam Wilson's had a couple of clearances as well to go with that.
Panthers have burst out of the blocks today. John Ford Oval in Corowa, they lead 25-7 on the Harvey Norman betting scoreboard. McDonald's time clock ticking up towards the 20-minute mark in the opening term. On nice mark by Driscoll, half-back flank for the Panthers. What can they do on this occasion? Now he's got Curley on. He went to Glanville though, and then Glanville down the line, nice to Jake O'Brien and the orange wheels, and then he moves it on a 25-metre kick to the running Curley, so that was nice. And then they go inside 50 to Sean Driscoll.
Coast to coast.
He's had an absolute stack of it, Chris, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has, and he's going to a clear push in the back there that the umpires missed, but they're going to run in for, nearly another goal, hit the post. Yeah,
Hennessy with a quick snap on the left boot, and it has hit the woodwork, so one behind to the Panthers. Dan, what's the inside 50 count now for Waters?
The inside 50 count is 19-5, Lukey. Really disappointing defending by Corowa coming out of their back line.
Gee, how many inside 50s are they going to have by the end of the game, Chris, if they keep it up at this rate?
Well, yeah, you'd hate to think, but if they don't score, it's going to be all right, but it's going to be slingshot football for the Roos, and that's not working for them at the moment. They're probably rushing it a little bit, I reckon. Every time they do get an opportunity, they're turning it over.
Look how easy it is to exit out of the 50 here.
Not enough pressure, is there?
Yeah, no, Ben Ashley Cooper to the half-forward flank, and he gets Hennessy. And with 35, Guernsey turns and goes quick. And he's got Miles Albers.
I'll tell you what, their skill level has been first class, Lavington.
Absolutely
they barely
brilliant.
missed a pass.
There's an example too. That one was intended for Sean Driscoll. Sent it up with Gilmore. Gets back onto his right foot.
Easy.
That went about 4 metres.
Umpire thought so too, so he said play on.
That's it. Curley brought to ground. And we will have a stoppage at the Bridge Road end. About 40 out from goal. Opening term, O&M Live. The first quarter brought to you by A-Grade Batteries and Oils. The Harvey Norman betting scoreboard reads 26-7 in favour of the Panthers. Garland, he tried to get it out. Wilson, just a quick rushed hurry kick to the outer side. Bevan after it for the Panthers though, so they win it back. The black, teal and white, and then puts it on the boot and sends it to Truce in the half forward. Ben Ashley Cooper put the ball down, or Pernag just got rid of it. Robinson, Harland after it also. Good contest. Sean Driscoll scoops up. He's been just unreal in the open. How many would he have had? About 15, I reckon. And then strikes the ball. The Panthers down forward. And Driscoll has got back and taken the mark. No further out than 15. Slight angle to the Bridge Road end. And Chris Mitchell, they get a chance to pick up their 5th.
Yeah, great pressure across half forward, wasn't it? They're always going to get another look at it. And Driscoll really hard, probably giving away a fair bit of height there. I reckon the Roos defenders, I think it's might be Jason Marks that's on the mark there. But he's always going to mark that one, put the big dukes up and come down with the footy.
So what can he do, Jack? A relatively easy goal for a player of his skill. In he comes. Slow approach. No trouble whatsoever. Too easy. And the Panthers get their 5th here at John Ford Oval in Corowa. And the Roos, well, they've had to use a lot of gas, as Chris Mitchell said earlier, in defence. They really are working as overtime, aren't they, Chris?
Is it too late to change my tip?
It's really disappointing from Corowa's point of view. Lavington's exits out of the back 50. I reckon they've scored 3 goals from the rebound 50. So the forward line of Corowa is just non-existent. They're not working, and their midfield aren't working hard enough.
Yeah, they're not pushing up the ground enough, aren't they? When they do get it up, they're outnumbered 3-1, and it rebounds quicker than it went in. So, yeah, just losing the midfield battle at the moment. It's an avalanche of forward 50s, another one here.
Garland, clearance out of the middle. Hennessy ends up with it, weaves through, left foot, goes for home, very wide. And it's gone through for one behind. Very shortly, we'll go around the grounds for the plough in Tarrawinji. And Dan Vaccaro will get those scores for us. Don't forget, on 14.94, 2A it's the Albury Tigers up against the Wang Magpies. Wow. Looking forward to catching up with the scores in that game. Dan, how are we going, mate?
Yeah, we're getting there, boys.
Getting there for the
I
Albury
just had a peep, and I'm not happy.
Sky Burgess, is it much breeze to, you're down there on the boundary for Albury-Wodonga MG, but is there much breeze to speak of favouring either end, or conditions pretty good?
They're pretty good. You get the like a slight gentle breeze every now and then, but there's not much of it at all.
So not sort of favouring Lavington's end at all?
Can I say that to make Corowa feel better? Yes, strong breeze.
So we've got a contest at the Bridge Road end. Many numbers around this ball. Robinson just fumbled, tried to go again. Hargrave goes in. Thought he might have caught one high from Jordan Ayres. He did. So the Panthers will, well, get another shot on goal. If Hargrave wants to have a ping, by the time he made contact, he'll be about, 50 out, I reckon. So what will he do, Tom? 33 plays 7 as we work up towards the first time break, and time goes short.
That's far too easy for Lavington.
Yeah,
Wow.
and he's
Really
picked
poor
up
manning up.
Luke Garland. Yeah,
He's
it
got a
was.
big boot on him, left-footed kick. So, yeah, Luke Garland will love to kick one from here for what would be their 6th goal on the Harvey Norman betting scoreboard. And we're ticking down on the McDonald's time clock in the 25-minute mark.
So Luke Garland, he'll have a shot. And he loads up with a high kick, sailing down towards the goal square. Players go up, so it didn't quite have the legs. Roos went it out through Shield.
Beautiful
Low
kick.
ball, wasn't it? What to Spencer. And then he
Burner.
turns and then absolutely spears one down the line. Bracky's caught behind. Butler did well. Left foot, deft touch down towards Hopper. And just regathers on the half volley into Brennan. And then back inboard. So the Panthers nice. And it's with Harland. And they retreat a little, give up a little ground to Nick Newton. And Nick across to Bevan. So 33 plays 7 on the Harvey Norman betting scoreboard. The Panthers up by a big margin as Gaffney gets it and goes down to March. And Marsh moves it down to Curley. Should have taken that mark, just fumbled a little. Had enough time to regather. Hand pass was ordinary to Marsh. And then back inside to Gaffney. Curley goes again, wild. Ball heading towards the boundary line on the outer side. And in fact, it has gone out. Let's go to Dan Vaccaro on the water stats. What do you got for us, Dan?
We'll go to the water stats, and then we'll go to the around the grounds of the Plough and Tarrawinji. But the inside 50 count is now at 21-6. So a massive surge there. But around the grounds, North Albury 17-7. Lead Wodonga Raiders. Wodonga 6 to Yarrawonga's 11. Wang Rovers 18 to Murderford's 13. Albury 19 to Wangaratta 25.
Okay, there you have it.
Pretty close.
Yeah, no, that's it.
Except this one.
Cook. Out to O'Brien. Yeah, Panthers getting away on the Roos here opening term. Very close to siren time. Hargrave. And he speared one into Miles Albers, and he'll have a shot from basically right on 50 here. And the first term brought to you by A-grade batteries and oils. Coming to a close, there was the siren. So this would really hurt the Roos. 33 plays 7. This to take it to a 32-point margin right on the first term break. Miles Albers, such an accurate shot at goal, usually just short of the sticks, and there'll be no score. So that brings quarter time here at John Ford Oval. And as we said, the Lavington Panthers with a very good break. They lead 5-3-33 to Corowa's 1-1-7. Saturday the 23rd of July, round 14 of 18. We'll get to a break. This is O&M Live. And remember, on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
Watching the game at home is good, But watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care. I love it.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where there's industry qualified trainers. Go where students come first. Go for the community. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
GoTAFE is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
inspiring,
hands-on,
flexible, fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Hi, I'm Kylie King. I first fell in love with this region as the Prime News sports presenter. Sometimes this feels like my second home. I love our historic towns and vibrant cities, our passion for sport, and of course the people who make it special. And now I get to share what's important in our region with Kev Polton. So join us, Kylie and Kev for breakfast, weekday mornings from 6 on 2AY and 3NE.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Yes, that's right, 1566 3&E and the Lavington Panthers. Well, didn't they have a super opening term here at John Ford Oval? They lead, well, 5-3-33 to Corowa's 1-1-7. At the first term break. We're going to go to Dan Vaccaro and get the Optus quarters best. What do you got for us, Dan?
Yeah, thanks, Lukey. So the Optus quarters best today. Look, for Corowa, there's not really much output from anyone. They've had a really poor first term, but Cam Wilson had the 7 touches. He tried his hardest in that midfield. He's had a lot of the ball, so he's the Optus quarters best for Corowa. And for Lavington, how good are the Driscoll brothers? Both of them have been absolutely fantastic. Yep. I'm not taking their numbers, unfortunately. They would have had over 10 touches probably each. But they were great. And then also Sammy Hopper was brilliant, I thought, that quarter as well. He had the 7 touches. Really pivotal for Lavington off the half-back line, Sammy Hopper. And we were just talking about how poor Corowa have been, I guess, for their forwards defending their rebound 50s. And Sammy Hopper was the prominent player in that role as well.
I'll go to the goal kickers. It's been 5 individual goal kickers sharing the load. The Panthers are Driscoll, O'Brien, Glanville, Gilmore, and the other Driscoll as well. So they've all got 1 each, and only 1 goal kicker so far is Bradkey for the home side. And if we go around the grounds for the plough in Tarrawinji, it is North Albury 17-7 leading the Raiders. Yarrawonga's leading Wodonga by a straight kick. There's only 1 point in the difference between the Rovers and Myrtleford. Albury and Wangaratta, the Magpies are starting to kick away 32-19. So getting the job done at the sports ground is the Magpies.
Beautiful. That's the voice of Chris Mitchell for the Old Town and Country Tavern. Now we'll head down, to ground level and catch up with Sky Burgess for Albury Wodonga MG. Sky, were you able to get to the huddles and see what Peter German and Adam Schneider had to say?
Yeah, I did. I decided to go to the Corowa huddle. I was just interested what he would have to say after a quarter like that. And as you can imagine, he had a lot to say. He covered a lot of, gameplay stuff. Mostly the things that I guess we kind of noticed, really trying to win those 50-50 contested balls and making more of an effort to not just get it and punt it forward, to actually lift your eyes and hit a target and create more productive inside 50s.
Yeah, thanks, Sky. She's on the boundary there for Albury Wodonga MG, and hit the nail on the head there. They just keep turning the footy over, don't they, the Roos? And that's been their Achilles heel in the past few weeks for the Roos. So hopefully they can turn that around in this second quarter, which is about to get underway. If the umpire is he ready to go, Dan?
I don't know. I don't know what the go is. But is it cold down there, Sky? I noticed you asked for the Kathmandu during the break. I just
we haven't mentioned that
if you're being a bit softer, if it's actually gotten cold.
It's not too bad. It's just it's when the sun hides and you get that cold chill. But when it's out, it's okay.
Second turn brought to you by Solar Integrity. Here we go. Can the Kangaroos work their way back into this contest? This is Cam Wilson. And he dishes off to Jared Lane. He misses Robinson with a very short kick. Harlan tears in. Ball's wrapped up here. In fact, he's gone. Well, okay, that was red hot on Jack Harlan. The ball's been given to Damien Wilson. So Wilson in the heart.
Go long, Damien.
Of John Ford Overland. Chris
the short
Mitchell.
kicks aren't working.
He wants him to load up. Well, that was sort of a medium one, wasn't it, Chris?
It was.
And then Ben Ashley Cooper won it for the Panthers. Turned over directly, though, to Jared Lane. Oh, well done from Ashley Cooper. Smothered the ball, tried to win it back. And Damien Wilson again has pounced on a Panther.
Nearly the same spot, Luke.
Yeah, deja vu. Chrissy. And then fires away again, Ben. Oh, going back was Hopper. No, he took a good mark. Bevan gets his hands on the Sharon, dishes out.
Great pickup.
To Butler, and then on to Marsh, who had to weave around Jordan Ayres, gets the ball to the boot. Albers, took a beautiful mark.
One-hander.
Yeah, just reeled it in. Lovely. So the Roos are going to push back and help out here in defence because Albers winds up, sends one in. Sean Driscoll just couldn't take the mark. Lane. Jared that was, then on to Melksham, and the Roos are going to get out of trouble. So Robinson on the half-back flank.
Yeah, had a little bit of luck fall their way, which they haven't had much of that today. So, yeah, the defenders have been under the pump, but great to see Robinson and Ayres relieving a little bit of pressure there. But just that field kicking, as we see again here, they're going to go through the corridor and hopefully they don't turn it over like they have been. But getting enough of the pill, just need to do some better ball use when they do get it.
That's the voice of Chris Mitchell, brought to you by the Old Town and Country Tavern. Ball out of bounds, left of centre wing as we go back down to Sky Burgess for Albury Wodonga MG.
Got a mouthful of lollies.
Yeah, I was going to say, you've stitched me up here. The Lavington staff feeding me lollies.
Oh, you're caught out, Sky.
They're trying to win you over, I think, Sky.
I don't think they need to at this point, do they?
So what you're saying is you got a frog in your throat, literally.
Literally. I actually do have a red frog in my mouth.
Well, there you go. Okay. Dan, what's...
I guess the thing that's caught my eye, Lukey, is that I know it's really early days for Corowa, but the intent is a lot better already. In the opening couple of minutes, Corowa looking to even up those 50-50 contests.
Dan Vaccaro on the water stat sheet. Xander Nash tried to get Damien
work out
Wilson,
all right.
missed him, and then Damien said, oh no, I've got to turn and go. Well done, picks it up. Gilmore tried to bring him down. Annette's got it for the Panthers, though, wins it. Tried to go with the corridor kick and missed Hargrave. Joe Hansen bursting off half-back. Fantastic footy. Had one bounce and then dishes off to Jordan Ayres, puts it on the boot, sends it inside 50 for the Roos to the Bridge Road end. Big defensive fifth away, and Bevan goes. Nick Newton tried to weave out of traffic and did well.
Well done.
Got it onto Annette and then over the top to Gilmore, who had a great first term. Has to mop up.
Great tackle.
Ball going to ground.
Oh, geez, I don't know if he had prior opportunity there.
He was another one red hot, Chris, wasn't it? They're onto it in their second term.
They are, and that's fine as long as they're consistent with it. And, it was a good tackle. I don't know if he had prior opportunity, but, like Dan said, and they're really turning the tide at the start of this quarter, the Roos, and they're going to go in the 50 again.
Jordan Ayres.
Beautiful kick.
Finds Melksham. And then Melksham delivers wide to Robinson. And Robinson has taken the mark. So Will, who usually plays undersized in the ruck, tries his heart out, this man. He really does give his all. What do you reckon, boys? It's a 45-degree angle to the Bridge Road end. He would have to latch onto it, Chris.
Yeah, it's a tough kick, but not without his opportunities here. Robinson, he's going to go back, and I think he'll get the distance. Whether he gets the accuracy is another thing.
So he goes with a long one. Robinson, it really does wind away towards the far side. Marsh will bring it away for the Panthers and gets a thumping kick beyond halfway. Albers doing well.
No one to kick to.
That's right. He's got no troops back there. So he gives it on to Charlie Sanson. First time we've seen him
Clever kick.
in this game on debut. It was nice. Delivery to Gilmore.
I don't know about Gilmore's haircut, though, Lukey. Not our flavour, is it?
Yeah, the mullet just sort of flowing in the breeze today, the mud flap, isn't it? And then ball trickling out of bounds towards the scoreboard end or southern end near side as we go again to Dan Vaccaro on the water stats.
Yeah, positive start by Corowa, 3 inside 50s. I know they got it forward reasonably easily there, Lavington. However, they had no one to go to, so Corowa are setting up even better, and the intent is a lot more prominent this quarter.
A bit more pressure around the footy, would you say, Dan?
Yep.
Chris, did you ever have a mullet?
I had a little bit of one, not as pretty.
I
as pretty
did.
as that
I
one.
must admit,
You
I
did
did.
too,
Yeah.
You would have gone a big Gary Ayres type, I reckon.
Yeah.
Just mop.
Yeah, they were in
Not
vogue.
Gary Ayres, mate. We're cat supporters. What are you talking about?
He
was
had
a
the
horse.
absolute daddy of all mullets,
He had a good
didn't
one.
he?
Yeah,
You should know
Ayres.
exactly who Gary Ayres is, both of you boys. Okay?
Yeah, dual Norm Smith medalist, hey? What
I'm
a
surprised they
stay
got him
was.
as coach after playing for the Poos and Wees.
Yeah. That's it.
Very interesting.
And then ball out from the Roos in defence onto Joe Hansen. Geez, nice to watch this guy. Just a lovely style of football. Damien Wilson takes a ripper. As Chris Mitchell said, just
Really
left of the
picky,
centre.
holding him up, wants to play on, and maybe cocked a little bit of a corked thigh there as, he had two Panthers right
up against the Roos, 2-1-13.
Hopper, is it?
So Nick Newton plays on and he finds a net. And Chris goes down to the half-forward flank for the Panthers. Contest down there. Marks come over the back of Charlie Sanson. Barrett in pursuit of it now. Cook wins it though and then goes over the top to Charlie Sanson. Puts it on the boot, sends it towards goal. Bouncing, rolling. In fact, it's missed everything and gone out of bounds. And we will have a boundary throw-in right of the scoreboard between the sticks here and that scoreboard at the southern end. Chris Mitchell, as we go to you for the Old Town and Country Tavern.
It's not a bad result. The Panthers can lock it in here, and Bradkey obviously pushing really high up the ground, so no one past the halfway line for Corowa. So, yeah, big press on going on here.
We'll go around the grounds for the plough in Tarrawingi very shortly. Dan Vaccaro will give us some updates of other O&M games as Hennessy put it on the boot. Left foot snap at goal. Didn't quite come off though. And Wood has the ball now for the Roos in the back pocket. Try to get Jordan Ayres. Kick wasn't on or it fell short of him. And then Charlie Sanson brought to ground by Jordan Ayres. And we will have a stoppage. Let's go to Dan now around the grounds for the plough in Tarrawingi.
Thanks, Lukey. North Albury 18 to Raiders 14 at the moment. 8 to 18, Wodonga versus Lavington in favour of Wodonga versus Yarrawonga, sorry, in favour of Yarra. Wangaratta Rovers 24 to Myrtleford's 28. Albury Tigers 20 to Wangaratta's 32.
So Myrtleford brought their A game so far anyway, haven't they?
Yeah,
The Rovers?
that's it. The second term brought to you by Solar Integrity here at John Ford Oval. I hope you're enjoying the action on O&M Live this afternoon. Sky Burgess, Dan Vaccaro, Chris Mitchell and Luke Francis with you. You've got to send out a cheerio to the great Gus McLeod too, boys. He's
Deaderang today,
off, watching Deaderang this afternoon. So
off to the race.
He's pumped. I saw him earlier today. He's jumping out of his skins, Gussie.
We FaceTimed him before. He's got his Bombers jacket on, so he's pumped for a big one.
Yeah, good on him. Entertaining the sponsors, I hear, on the all-rounders this morning.
Is he? Or are they entertaining him?
Entertaining him, I think.
Yeah, good on you, Gussie. Hope all
he'll be listening.
Is well up there, yeah, that is for sure. Howard, right boot out of defence, and then finds Cam Wilson just outside 50. So the Roos need to string something together here as we work up towards the 10-minute mark on the McDonald's time clock. Second term, again, brought to you by Solar Integrity, as Barrett moved it down the line to Pernack, and then he got one long to Melksham. Now Melksham went one way, came back inside, fires one into Jordan Ayres. Yeah, so that was nice footy.
Yeah, he just played on, didn't he? And it sold a little bit of candy there, did Melksham, and lowered the eyes, and a great little chip pass there. Just went the journey, and they're going to have a shot nearly, probably on a 45-degree angle. Not much distance to speak of.
He's been fantastic, Darcy Melksham. He's had the 4 touches this quarter. Really potent inside forward 50.
Jordan Ayres will have a ping of the sticks, and he's got it. Well done, and he pumps up the Roos. So that takes it to 35 to 19 on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. The Panthers with the lead, but the Roos, well, they're starting to lift a little in the second term here at John Ford Oval. Chris Mitchell.
Yeah, he is, and we'll just go down to Albury Wodonga MG for Sky. What's going on with Damien Wilson there?
It's not his taped leg, it's his other leg, and it's kind of like he was holding around his hip, his quad, like ITB. I don't know whether he's pulled something or, but he's gone back out. He is limping around and did look in a fair bit of pain, but he has gone back out. So we'll keep an eye on him and see if he can last out there.
So we go again in the middle, and then Cam Wilson off to Damien Wilson. How many times have we seen that in the O&M? And then coming out was Osborne. He missed it. He overran the footy. Yeah, Nick Newton's gone. He's turned it over.
He did correctly dispose of it. He did take a long time.
He took a very long time. Yeah, I think that's probably a good call by the umpire.
Osborne, about 65 out, and he goes short, and he's got a man on. That was a nice kick, finding Spencer.
Good mark. Trying to thread a needle, wasn't he? And he did it really well. Great mark under heavy duress there by young Spencer.
Yeah, Gaffney, Annette and Glanville were there, a trio. And then a very ordinary kick from Spencer. That was terrible. There was absolutely no real inside, was there,
I think
Chris?
he was expecting someone to lead exactly where he kicked it, but there was no one within 20 metres.
No.
Strange.
Yeah, that was dictating a lead to Mr. Nobody.
It was.
And then Hargrave with the ball for the Panthers. Massive switch on. Gee, this has got to come off. Oh, no, fantastic. I thought it was intended for a net. But in fact, Butler was out there. And a 20-metre kick from Butler to a net now. So they got it at true centre-half back, the Panthers. And this is round 14 of 18 in the O&M, and as we said, these two teams only separated by percentage on the ladder. The Kangaroos 6 and 7 win-loss record, sitting 7th on the table. The Lavington Panthers also 6 wins, 7 losses. They sit 6th on the O&M table. Wood and also Driscoll in a contest, ball out of bounds. Now, what's standing out on the water stat sheet for the second term, Dan?
Well, the thing that's standing out for me is Corowa at the quarter-time break. They've seemed to have really identified their players that are getting a lot of the footy, and they're stopping the footy going to their main ball winners. Sam Hopper hasn't touched the footy this quarter. Ben Ashley Cooper, Will Glanville haven't touched the footy, and Jake O'Brien's had the one touch. So Corowa are really doing well, and they've done their homework on who's got to stop touching the footy.
Yeah, and if there's 13 minutes gone on the McDonald's time clock, and Corowa hasn't let Lavington get a goal, they've got 2 to the good. So, yeah, it's game on.
And it's been directly turned over, so Cook for the Panthers fires one in. Inside forward entry here. Went over the back of Driscoll. Jake O'Brien quick to grab it, and then goes one way, and now boundary side, and then Curley dished it straight off to Shield for the Roos. And a bit of messy play here from both teams. Ball's found its way over the boundary line adjacent to the scoreboard, and we'll have a boundary throw-in, Chris.
You just need to get rid of it. Kick it as far as you can away from your 50 metres, not these little chip kicks with someone under pressure. So, yeah, they've cleaned that up pretty well, Coro. Obviously, nothing's perfect, but just need to relieve the pressure and get it as far away as possible.
Yeah, dangerous work, that is for sure. Howard on the boot, quick one, bouncing towards the boundary line. I think so. What Chris Mitchell was talking about, just get the ball the heck out of there. Gee, stop this pretty stuff. Dan?
Damo Wilson's been really good, boys, this quarter. He's had the 5 touches and he came off for about 3 minutes as well. So his ability to find the footy so good, and his brother Cam's been great too with 4 touches on the water stat sheets, boys.
Beautiful.
Killing it, Daniel Vaccaro.
How are you going down there now, Sky, with that big motorbike jacket on now?
Yeah, no, I'm fine now, thank you.
Sky Burgess brought to you by Aubrey Wodonga MG this afternoon. Now Garland's got the ball, so Luke with it. And he spears one in on the left boot, very wide, looking for O'Brien. Albers chips in and takes it. So Miles with the ball. Now, we know what kind of sharpshooter he is, Chris. He is a marvel when he's in these spots.
I think this is going to test him. I think he's already looking to pass the ball off, so... Yeah, I think the journey's too far, and he's going to turn the ball over here.
Yeah, so he had Hennessy on with the lead. Big fist away from Osborne, and ball heading towards the line, right of the scoreboard, and it has gone out of bounds. CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard, the second term leads the Lavington Panthers up 5-5-35 to Corowa's 3-1-19. We've gone 15 and a half on the Macca's time clock. Sky Burgess, Dan Vaccaro, Chris Mitchell and Luke Francis on 15-66, 3-E. Quick one out of the pack. Was that Hargrave?
Hargrave.
Tom, what a beauty. So that's just a settler for the Panthers. We know they have got a break, but the Roos have really fought tooth and nail the first half of this quarter. And Dan, they really needed that one, the Panthers.
They did. That's a really good goal against the Tide, boys. You know, good teams are always going to have their moments that Corowa are going to have, and they come back. Really important for Lavington to get a goal on the board. He's up to the 9 touches now, Tom Hargrave, for the game, and he's kicked the goal too. So he's just doing what he does every single week, Chris.
Yeah, he just brushed a couple of defenders off, and yeah, just great composure there. And as you said, a goal against the Tide that really settles the Panthers, and they're leading 41-19 on the scoreboard.
Ben Ashley Cooper searching for the Sherrod on the ground. Goodwin reeled him down in a tackle. Damien Wilson off to Jared Lane, and Jared just goes with a thumping kick forward. Brad Keek now picks it up, gets the handball off to Struve. Right boot, snap, rolling, bouncing towards goal. Robinson went off the ground, and it's hit the post.
It wasn't a bad idea because he was going to get tackled if he went down to pick it up, and yeah, just elected to do the old Ronaldo and go off the ground, and nearly paid off, but yeah, smashed into the post.
No, you're right, Chris. He didn't have much time to think about it. That is for sure. Will Robinson, I'll tell you what, no, he came off too. Nice attempt. Sean Driscoll in the meantime on centre wing, so the Panthers have got the ball there.
Just enjoying some good dominance with the footy, aren't they, at the moment? And yeah, the Panthers having to defend a lot more.
It's the one thing that Corowa probably haven't sharpened up as much as they'd like is the way Lavington can move the ball as freely. It's just the efforts that are probably a little bit better, like that one there.
Yep, and they won the ball again, the Roos, and they get it to the half-forward flank in Bradkey. He's a fair way out, though. He'll make contact with the footy about 65 out. And now he works his way to about 60 and drives it in. High ball was 3 against 1 back there.
Smallest player on the ground,
Yeah,
Filipponi.
Sean Driscoll. That was never going to come off. And then Ben Ashley Cooper brought down at the top of the 50. We'll go around the grounds again, Dan, for the plough in Tarrawinji. How are we going there now,
we've
mate?
got them here, mate. So North Albury 24 to Raiders 19. Wodonga Bulldogs 8 to Yarrawonga 30. Rovers 37 to Murderfords 30. Good game on our hands at WJ Finlay. Albury 20 to Wang Magpies 35.
Panthers have broken away here, and Sean Driscoll's had 2 bounces and got brought down. Thought he was nearly gone.
Great tackle.
Yeah, umpire said play on. And now Hennessy has a crack at it. In front of Nash, still going Hennessy. Melksham came in, and he's caught one high, and the umpire's going to give him a free kick.
Probably
Truce
been
and a
their best
half back.
player, hasn't he, Darcy Melksham?
Been
Just
fantastic
head over
today.
the footy there, gets a crucial free kick, leaves the pressure on centre half back there for the Roos.
Barrett, half-back flank, who's showing the way on the Water stats sheet in the second term, Dan?
Well, Chris's man, Darcy Melksham's had the 5 touches, been really good. Damo Wilson's had the 6. Cam Wilson with the 4. The really, I guess, the negative side of things is Lavington. Sammy Hopper hasn't touched the footy this quarter. Ben Ashley Cooper's just with a 1 touch.
Sky, what's the latest down the boundary side for Albury Wodonga MG?
Not much is happening, really. Some pretty standard rotations going through. Haven't had Wilson come back off with his injury, so everything looks okay down here.
Okay, so we work past the 90-minute mark on the McDonald's time clock. CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard reads the Lavington Panthers 6-5-41 to Corowa's 3-2-20. Second term brought to you by Solar Integrity here on 1566 3&E. This is O&M Live as the ball goes on to Jordan Ayres, and he has, just a top spinning kick from about 45 out. It was pretty ugly, I must say. And then Gilmore hacks one off the ground. Driscoll again. Sean to Hennessy. Under pressure from Nash, but gets the ball off to Garland. And then he goes with about a 25-metre kick to Cook. And then Cook sees a man running out wide for him, and that is Billy Glanville.
Just working hard for each other, aren't they? The Panthers running forward of the ball.
Certainly are. And then Glanville went back on to Garland inside 50. Over the head of Wood, and also Sanson ends up with Cook. He has a snap. That's a beauty.
Great goal.
That is a steer line goal of the day, a ripper to the scoreboard ends. And, well, the Panthers get their 7th. That was nice footage, Chris Mitchell.
Yeah, they had about a wave of about 5 Panthers all running in unison there, Dan. And they got numbers forward of the footy, and a great snap there by Cook to kick their 7th on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard.
The one thing you got to compliment Lavington on there is their work rate. Coming out of the back line, they had absolutely nothing up forward. They managed to go sideways, and their wingers and half forward worked their absolute backsides off to get forward, and that's a reward for effort.
And Sean Driscoll having a spell on the bench. Sky, he's been absolutely fantastic for the Panthers this afternoon.
Yeah, absolutely. I was very keen to see that matchup, and I'm really impressed with his work rate, and I think he's almost got that matchup today.
Yeah, Sky Burgess.
Been outstanding, Driscoll.
For Albury Wodonga MG as Glanville goes. Come the Panthers again. The Roos win it though. Through Pernag, and then he goes with a left foot short one, trying to find Melksham, didn't come off, and it has bounced out adjacent to the Panthers. Interchange bets. 47 plays 20. CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard.
The Panthers, really big challenge for the Roos to see if they can respond here after conceding the last 2 goals and having the most of the first half of this quarter.
That's it. And then Nash to Barrett off half-back, so a 20-metre kick. The Roos decide to go inboard. That's with Cam Wilson, then on to Melksham one way, then back the other. So he needs an option. He's got Filipponi on and a 2-on-1, didn't come off. Kick wasn't good. Barrett got rid of Glanville. Glanville goes again. And then Cam Wilson came in. Filipponi tried to bring down Garland. Ball ends up with Hargrave to Gilmore. He swung around in the tackle by Howard. Robinson to Melksham. Look at the players tearing in. Then Jordan Ayres, he's out in the Roos. Well, that's a terrible kick break. He's going to have to work to get to it. He got a shocking bounce. Butler, he's won on a few occasions against Brackey, and then gets a wild hand pass out. Bevan has to go. Intercepted by Brackey. Handball over the top. The Roos will get one here through Jared Lane. Well done. Well, that was just sheer perseverance,
It was.
Chris Mitchell, wasn't
Yeah.
it? They just kept working away, tooth and nail, scratching and clawing their way towards the Bridge Road end, and in the end, they've ended up with a major.
Yeah, they had to fight tooth and nail for that one, and claw and scrap and fight, and did everything they could. Great work by Brad Key. Obviously, the kick wasn't great to find him there, but his follow-up second efforts were fantastic on Butler, and he managed to find the handball and loop one over the top to lane.
Yeah, they're not going to go away without a fight here, Corowa. That was a great scrappy goal for them. The one player I want to touch on is Darcy Melksham has been instrumental today. His ball movement in the middle there, he's ducking and weaving. He's up to the 7 touches this game, and he's had 12 for the match. So fantastic game by Darcy Melksham on the water stat sheet.
Gee, they ripped in there, Sky. The Corowa-Rutherglen Kangaroos.
They did. They needed that one to stay in it. And it's nice for them to get some reward. Like, they are working really hard, intensely at the contest. So, yeah, hats off to them.
Back in the middle, free kick given, so here they come. The Roos, and guess who it's starting on the back of? Cam Wilson, right foot, then up towards the arc of the 50. Got it off to Struve, and then Robinson, right foot, short one. Oh, gee, Barrett had to go back one-handed. Did well just to make a contest in the end.
How to get that?
Spills out to Barrett, right foot. Oh, gee, they needed it, didn't
That would have
they?
been a
It would have
huge
been
goal
a
for
big
Corowa.
turning point in this game if he had to kick that, Barrett. But the forward line's opening up. They're getting a lot quicker in there, and just splitting those defenders for the Panthers and giving them cleaner opportunities.
They're getting entries too, Chris. They've had 10 inside 50s this quarter to Lavington 7.
They're almost sensing belief in themselves.
Yep.
Now, aren't they? They're lifting.
Sense of change in the game, isn't there? And Melksham, we go back to him. Dan, is he leading all stats?
He is one of the biggest leaders. Damo Wilson's still the biggest leader today.
Yeah, 20-point lead.
Actually, they're even, 12 and 12 apiece.
12 touches, yeah.
Panthers up by 20, 47-27. Almost
Great tap there by
25 gone
Cam
in the
Wilson.
second term on the McDonald's time clock. Forward entry here for the Roos. Panthers defence went it away. Butler just got it on the boots. Going to be coming back in because Osborne's got it. He's got players on it. Centre half forward. He's in two minds. Goes short to Jordan there. Yep, they keep possession. And then he goes wide inside 50. Bradkey one out with Butler. Well done, Butler. Front position. Howard dishes off to Bradkey. Right foot, Bridge Road end. Marsh goes back. Did he get hands to it? Rolling ball. It's gone through for one behind, and the Roos boys have really got momentum now.
Yeah, Butler really did well to play in front there, but Bradkey's never out of the contest.
Second efforts.
His second
He's like
efforts
a
are
cat, and he's
fantastic.
at 200 centimetres.
Yeah, he's great effort there, great work rate to work his way back into the contest.
Panthers with Miles Albers on the halfback flank, left of centre wing, far side. This is 15-66, 3-E. O&M Live. Good afternoon to you. Hope you're enjoying the action between the Roos and the Panthers. So much on the line this afternoon between these two clubs. And Dan, we'll go back around the grounds for Plough-in Tarawinji. What do we got there, young man? Some super games on this afternoon, round 14 of the O&M.
So North
turning the tide a little bit.
36, North Albury 2, Wodonga Raiders 25. Wodonga Bulldogs 20 to Yarrawonga's 37. Rovers 38 to 37. Murderford's a very tight game there. Albury 21 to Wang 42.
Beautiful. Second term brought to you by Solar Integrity here at John Ford Oval. CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard 47 plays 28. The Panthers up.
Tell you what, the next goal is huge in this one. Obviously, the Roos have started really well, kicking the first two. Lavy then kicked the next two. Can Corowa do two in a row after Lane's effort there? So, yeah, it's an intriguing battle at the moment.
Yeah, it certainly is. Just a real arm wrestle, if you like. Hopper to Driscoll, and then it ends up with Garland. And then down the line to Miles Albers against Howard. Great one-on-one contest, very even. And then Marks, no, he got brought down, just got his boot to ball. Ben Ashley Cooper went in, pulled off the ball by Robinson. And the umpire said he got rid of it in time. Do you agree, boys?
Yeah, it was good pressure by Robinson. He didn't really have the ball when he got tackled in, but I've seen them not pay, that's for sure.
Yeah, Sky Burgess for Albury Wodonga MG.
Yeah, he's a tackle machine today, isn't he? That call, I think, was the right call. But, yeah, his pressure and tackle pressure has been amazing.
Good on you, Sky. Marks. And then gets one out wide to Jordanez. He's been good for the Roos today. And there's a siren to bring half-time at John Ford Oval. 15-66, 3-A. You're listening to the Corowa-Rutherglen Kangaroos do battle with the Lavington Panthers, and at the long break, it is the Panthers 7-5-47 to Corowa's 4-4-28. A real arm wrestle here on the Kangaroos home deck. With Sky Burgess, Dan Vaccaro, Chris Mitchell and Luke Francis. The halftime show coming up with Chris Mitchell to take it away, and we'll have a look at the Optus quarters best for the second term as well. We'll get to a break on the other side, back with the halftime show. This is O&M Live, and remember, O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
All clear.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan Intelligent Mobility, advanced off-road capabilities and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care. I love it. Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where there's industry qualified trainers. Go where students come first. Go for the community. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan Intelligent Mobility, advanced off-road capabilities and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
GoTAFE is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
Inspiring,
hands-on,
flexible, fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Hi, I'm Kylie King. I first fell in love with this region as the Prime News sports presenter. Sometimes this feels like my second home. I love our historic towns and vibrant cities, our passion for sport, and of course the people who make it special. And now I get to share what's important in our region with Kev Polton. So join us, Kylie and Kev for breakfast, weekday mornings from 6 on 2AY and 3NE.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
3NE.
Welcome back to O&M Live for today's big Ovens and Murray clash between Corowa and Lavington. This is the halftime show brought to you by Supreme Skylights. It is absolutely game on. 19-point leaders, the Lavington Panthers. Dan Vaccaro is with me. Dan, how did you see the second quarter? Big turnaround by the Roos.
Yeah, thanks, Mitchy. You look, a really positive turnaround by Corowa. I think their intent at the footy and their ball use and their spread was a lot better that quarter. Lavington, look, is still much more superior. Their ball movement is second to none. Actually, I think it's more of a credit to Lavington the way they've actually moved the ball against any team today. They would have done well. So they've tightened it up that quarter, Corowa. They need to get their hands. They need to get their big ball users like Kane Wilson and Damo Wilson have had big halves. They need to come out in the second half and dominate as well for them to have a chance.
It was a big effort to get back into the game. Bradkey's got 2 and singles to Ayres and Lane for that term. Obviously for the Panthers, Driscoll, O'Brien, Glanville, Gilmore. Both Driscolls have got a goal, and for that second quarter, Hargrave and Cook also got on the scoreboard. So I guess that's been a big advantage for the Panthers, that scoreboard spread.
Yeah, they have. They definitely share it around, and I don't know if it's probably for more of the fact that they don't probably have that prominent figure up forward. I know they've had Manor in the past few years, but they don't really have a huge big forward, and they share it around really well, especially against teams that probably aren't up to it, I guess, in their rebound of defending, like Corowa haven't been that half, although their second quarter was a lot better.
They really worked their way back into the game. How did you think they did it? Obviously, Darcy Melksham, we've spoken about him pretty prominently today. But, yeah, their pressure around the ball, they seemed a little bit better set up behind it as well. And moving both ways, obviously, having to defend a lot in the first quarter, but working offensively as well in the second. Yeah,
I think their work rate was a lot better. They didn't really bring the heat that first quarter. Their pressure was almost non-existent, to be a little bit harsh, but it really wasn't. I think the main thing was winning it out of the midfield, not putting their defenders under so much siege like they did in the first quarter as well. And then obviously their Lavington's rebound wasn't. Lavington were able to move the ball really easily through the midfield still. That was probably their best talent as a team. But the one thing that Corowa were able to do was set up so when they went forward, they didn't have abundance of options. They had to look laterally and they had to go sideways. And I think that's what Corowa managed to fix that quarter really well.
If you've just joined us, it's a 19-point lead to Lavington after starting the game really well. Corowa has obviously worked their way back into the contest to make it, really intriguing battle at halftime. So real 2 different tales in each quarter. Optus quarter's best, Daniel. How are we looking there?
Yeah, so the Optus quarter's best for the Corowa side of things. I can't really go past young Damo Wilson. He had 6 touches that quarter, but he was off for about 5 minutes with a corked thigh or calf, but he came back on. He was fantastic. Him in the engine room is just so good. He's such a good rover of the footy as well. Works really well with Tommy Goodwin there, ruckman. But I actually thought Darcy Melksham was probably almost best on ground that half. Well, at least for Corowa anyway. He was fantastic. He had the 7 touches, but he's lively ball use going forward, and that link-up play that he likes to play along that half-forward line, getting it into the 50, he was fantastic that quarter. So that was the Optus quarter's best for Corowa. And then as we move over to Lavington, Lukey Garland was fantastic that quarter. Really, really consistent performer. I also thought Tommy Hargrave was great. He had the 6 touches, but he kicked a goal, and he's working the engine room when Corowa was starting to get on top. He was actually the leader and able to wrestle that momentum back with Lavington, so he was fantastic that quarter as well.
And Adam Butler's game's on Bradkey. How have you seen that? Who's winning that battle?
It's actually been a really good matchup. It's almost a 50-50 matchup. I think Bradkey's definitely probably been good, and I know that he's kicked the 2 goals. He's probably done his job, and you would say he's probably winning, but I actually think Butler has done everything he can. I think Butler's done fantastic. The one thing that Bradkey has, and we saw a couple of instances that quarter, is that his second efforts are second to none. He loses a contest, and the way he can actually turn on a dime and swivel and just keep his feet up almost like a cat is amazing. For someone for his height, he's just an unbelievable talent. He could take the O&M by storm in the coming years.
All right, if we go around the grounds for the Plough in Tarrawinji for the Isaac Muller Cup, as we've dubbed it ourselves, it is North Albury winning at the moment 36-25. So Raiders still searching for their first win of the season. Dan, it's going to be an interesting, looks like it's going to be a close one all day, that one.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Both clubs have had their tough years, but I think Raiders probably last week showed that they could still match it with the better teams in the comp, and it'll be interesting.
Your old side, Wodonga, not quite living up to expectations against Yarrawonga at the John Flower Oval. It is 43-21. How do you see that one panning out? Do you think Yarrawonga will kick away a bit more?
I don't know. It's really hard to say. It depends what sort of Yarrawonga show up. But I think I said at the start of the game they're a 4 or 5 goal better team. So I've hit that on the head, Chriso.
And the Rovers of Myrtleford, there's plenty of mouth-watering contests today. This is a really intriguing battle at the WJ Finlay Oval. Big rivals, both hoping to go deep into September. It's a really seesawing affair, one with many lead changes. It's the Rovers at the moment leading 44-37. So, a really intriguing battle there. Obviously, final spots really hot, and with sides like Lavington breathing down their neck, both sides wouldn't want to drop that one.
Both a massive game for Myrtleford and Rovers. They're a team, I think both of those teams are really similar this season. Probably Rovers have been a little bit better than Myrtleford, but in the sense that they're around that final spot. They definitely depends what sort of team you get each week, and I guess a lot to do is where you play them as well. Myrtleford and McNamara Reserve, you know how hard they are to beat, and then they have their troubles away from home too. So it's a really good, it's a really mouth-watering matchup, but... yeah, it'd be interesting to see how Crez's boys go.
So 7-point lead to Crez's boys at the moment. And the other big one, the Albury Sports Ground, it is the Wangaratta Magpies 42 leading Albury Tigers 27. The Magpies have led at every change so far, and you'd probably think they would continue to do so for the rest of the game.
Yeah, I've got that feeling. I think Wang are just going to get it done professionally as they do every single week, but don't count out Albury. They've been fantastic and very consistent all year. As I said, that's a game where Albury really, really want to flex their muscles. They probably circled it in the calendar for the last 10 or so weeks that's the game that they really want to, put their stance on the competition and let them know that they can beat the best. And it'll be interesting to see what the second half has installed for us.
So plenty of big guns returning for the Magpies there for that big clash at the sports ground. Obviously, the Tigers still without their ball magnet, Fletcher Carroll, and his sidekick in the midfield there, Jakey Gaynor. And I'll get you to quickly give us an update on the AFL scores. I know you've been intrigued by the Hawks start against the Roos, and for the Plough-in Tara, how are the AFL scores looking?
Yeah,
Daniel?
So Hawthorn lead 58-17 early in the third quarter, so that's always good to see. And then at halftime as well in the Sydney-Adelaide game, Sydney 73 to Adelaide.
73.
Yeah, I know. To Adelaide's 41. So that one, there's a little bit of a free lesson as well. But yes, always good to see the good old Hawks having a win. So hopefully they can continue on and kick away.
And obviously all eyes on tonight's contest, or this afternoon between Port Adelaide and the mighty Geelong Cats. So
up the power. Come on.
Just, intriguing. Lukey and I are very interested to see how the Cats can go. A bit of a danger game, I reckon, for Geelong. Everyone's been pumping their tyres up during the week, and it's just set up beautifully for us to fall flat on our faces.
Oh, who knows what you're going to get from Port Adelaide too. They're always a hard game to play over in Adelaide as well. So a little bit of a rivalry there, Geelong and Port. They've had some good matchups over the years, so it'll be a good game to watch.
And this one is too a very intriguing battle. Very hard to play on their home deck, Corowa-Rutherglen Footy Club. Daniel, what do the Roos need to turn this match on its head in the second half to keep their finals dreams alive?
They've got to negate Lavington's ball movement off the half-back line. So Lavington, they've done it in terms of clogging. They're done it in terms of getting Lavington's numbers forward of the footy and leaving that they're 50 wide open. But Corowa need to nip it in the bud early and not let him have that run on so easily. And they've just got to keep doing their work in the midfield. Cam Wilson and Damo Wilson have to have massive second halves. I know they've been good this game, and they've been great, really, but they've got to have huge halves. Bradkey's got to get on top of Butler. And then the ruck work, I think, is actually pretty intriguing as well. I actually think Goodwin's probably...
I was going to ask you about Goodwin.
Yeah, I was going to almost say that Goodwin's probably got the point so far as well, so hopefully he can continue his good work.
It's the most I've seen him kick the footy. Obviously,
he has, and it's actually the most...
But great to see him get his hands and set some teammates up.
You're absolutely right. I think he goes a little bit unnoticed. He's a beautiful user of the footy, Tom Goodwin. Like, some of his kicks are just pristine. They're pinpoint. So he's actually getting around the ground really well, and he's getting his hands in the footy as well as the taps.
We know Peter German doesn't like to change his lineup and shuffle the magnets too much, and very keen for Sky to interview him after the game. Glad I'm not. Hopefully they get over the line for you, Sky. But what would you do if you were the coach of Corowa Footy Club in this second half?
Well, you mentioned it. You mentioned it perfectly. I don't think German likes to throw the magnets around too much. I think he's going to stick with his structures, and I think so they should. I think Corowa should really. They've had a slow start to the game in the first quarter, but apart from that, they've actually been okay. They've got to stick to their structures. they got to back their midfielders in. They've got good talent in their midfielders. They got the Wilsons, they got Lane, and you've got Darcy Melksham have been really good as well. Their work rate has been better, but it's probably got to be better for them to beat Lavington. I don't think they need to change too much. I think stick with their structures and they can get Lavy.
Dan has his say. All right, that's the halftime show brought to you by Supreme Skylights. We're going to have a quick break, and Luke Francis will be back calling all the second half action from the John Ford Oval. This is O&M Live, and on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
All clear.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan Intelligent Mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care. I love it. Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where there's industry qualified trainers. Go where students come first. Go for the community. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan Intelligent Mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
GoTAFE is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
Inspiring,
hands-on,
flexible, fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Hi, I'm Kylie King. I first fell in love with this region as the Prime News sports presenter. Sometimes this feels like my second home. I love our historic towns and vibrant cities, our passion for sport, and of course the people who make it special. And now I get to share what's important in our region with Kev Polton. So join us, Kylie and Kev for breakfast, weekday mornings from 6 on 2AY and 3NE.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
663NE.
Oh, yes, Saturday afternoon footy. We're in Corowa, round 14 of 18 in the O&M, and it is the Kangaroos up against the Panthers, and Lavington lead by 19 points at the long break. Well, we caught this young lady out, Sky Burgess, earlier on, the president of the Wodonga Raiders O&M Football Club. She was down there chuffing away on my lollies. Sky, how are you going just now?
I learnt my lesson.
Yeah.
My mouth is empty and I am ready.
Very good. Now, you picked up that Jared Hatton was in his, well, big puffer jacket, if you like, Sky, and it looks like he might be done for the day.
Yeah, he is. So I just went over and asked him. I said what happened because I didn't really notice him take any big hits, and he just said he had a bit of a head clash earlier on in the game, and they've got him out with concussion protocols.
Okay, Sky Burgess brought to you by Aubrey Wodonga, MG, Dan Vaccaro, Chris Mitchell and Luke Francis also with you as we get the third term underway for STY Metals. And again, we'll have a secondary stoppage here right in the middle of John Ford Oval. So can they get back and hit the lead, the Roos? 19 points in it. They trail by just over 3 goals. Ben Ashley Cooper, Jared Lane did well, got it on to Damien Wilson, to Cam Wilson, but Gilmore was able to intercept. And then he beats Robinson and then puts it on the right boot and sends it down the line. Nice mark, wasn't it, from Sean Driscoll?
How good's Gilmore? They can't get near him when he wheels and goes. And, really exciting prospect there for the Panthers.
Yeah, an athletic big man. And then Miles Albers on to Glanville. Beautiful ball. Finding Charlie Sanson on debut inside 50 of the Bridge Road end. That was a nice build-up, Chris Mitchell.
Yeah, beautiful play there by the Panthers. A couple of challenged chains of play there, and going to be interesting to see what young Charlie can produce with his first set shot in O&M senior footy. His dad's on the boundary there, Timber, with a headset on, and relaying the messages from the coach there, so he'll have a nice, hopefully, message for his son after this one.
That's it. So Charlie shooting on goal to the Bridge Road end. Son of club legend Tim, as Chris said, and Charlie's gone with a nice effort right to the line, but it's been punched across the line for 1 minus score. He's got some height about him, hasn't he?
Yeah, moves really well too, doesn't he? Pretty good below his feet. And, it hasn't been a great game for key forwards, but, he's certainly shown a bit of promise.
Johansson in those orange boots bursts out of the full-back position, gets a long ball towards Jared Lane. Gilmore, though, did well to interrupt the mark. Lane goes again to Melksham, then on to Howard. And then a wayward hand pass. Lane has to go again. Got shoved as he got his kick away. Driscoll down at his feet. Glanville searching for it at ground level. Well done. Dishes out to Ashley Cooper. And they get a forward entry. The Panthers, nice mark going back was Bailey Pernag. And wins in defence for the Roos.
Yeah, gutsy effort there by Pernag, and really sets the ball up. They're going to go through the corridor again and move it pretty quick, which is what they like to do.
Yeah, Nash, well done in a 1-2 play. And then goes on to Jordan Ayres, who I thought had a pretty good first half. And then a thumping kick towards goal. Jack Harland after it, getting back. Ball slightly off target, though. It's gone through for 1 behind. 48 plays, 30 on the STY. Oh, let's have a look. F45 Wangaratta scoreboard. McDonald's time clock has gone. We're ticking up to the 3-minute mark here in the third term as we go to Dan Vaccaro early in the third quarter on the Waters stat stand.
Jared Lane started pretty positively. He's had the 3 touches early on the Waters stat sheet, boys.
He's had a pretty good game, I reckon. Been consistent each quarter, hasn't he, Jared Lane?
Driscoll back to Hargrave, and then Hargrave misses Miles, so he's in a race with the ball now. Curley came from nowhere, did well, tried to get the handball onto Hopper, and he's brought down by Johansson. Curley again for the Panthers, sees Hopper out the back of the contest, and then down the line to Ben Ashley Cooper, who got a shocking bounce. Curley, second and third efforts have been great in this play. Damien Wilson misses Struve with a hand pass, some scrappy play here. Many players getting their hand on the pill, and Jared Lane just goes with a thumping kick. That's the way to do it. Nick Newton, though, in a contest with Spencer. Newton did best to Bevan, and a short one out wide to Hopper, and then turns down the line. He's got Billy Glanville. So finally, the Panthers taking clean possession, and they just hold on to it. So Hargrave takes the mark. He's got a player on in Harland, running through the middle of the ground. Didn't come off. Kalen Brake, he was there in the nick of time and has won it for the Roos.
Geez, how's he got up to his feet really so quickly.
He's unbelievably
Second efforts.
Yeah, he's so agile.
Yeah, Dan Vaccaro and Chris Mitchell talking about Kalen Brake's ability to get back on his feet and back in the contest. Pure example of it there. And here he goes now on cue to Melksham. Floating kick if ever I've seen one to Cam Wilson, then on to Barrett. So this is nice from the Roos. No one back there. Just a thumping kick inside 50. Bevan, he's got it and burns off Filipponi and then goes out wide. Now Hopper's got a paddock. If he can gather it, he's got it now and then short over the top to Glanville. So Billy Glanville, half back and then down the line. Nice kick. Finally, Charlie Sanson just spilled it, but the umpire had paid it. Yep.
Good diving mark there by the young key forward.
It was true centre wing and then inboard to Jake O'Brien and then down the line to Albers. So this is good for the Panthers. They are very wide though and they're still a fair way from home. Just left to centre wing, far side. Second quarter, or third quarter I should say, brought to you by STY Metals. And on the F45 Wangaratta scoreboard, it is the Panthers leading 48-29. Chris Mitchell, how have you seen this start of a third term here at John Ford Oval?
It's a really intriguing start, isn't it? We've played nearly 6 minutes on the McDonald's time clock. No change really much to speak of on the F45 Wangaratta scoreboard. So, yeah, both sides just feeling each other out. You sense the first goal is going to be pretty crucial to see who can take some momentum into this third term.
Absolutely. Chris Mitchell brought to you by the Old Town and Country Tavern. Dan, what's the standout on the stat sheet in the third term?
The standout in the stat sheet, boys, is Sammy Hopper, who didn't touch the footy last quarter, has had 5 already, along with his mate Billy Glanville, who's had 3 this quarter as well. So, positive turnaround for Lavington.
Absolutely. Garland with the ball, have a left foot snap to the Bridge Road and blazes away, ball drifting, and it's just gone through for 1 minus score. Yeah, he was one of the men you did mention, Dan, throughout the first half that had been quiet, Hopper. Well, he's responded. Maybe Adam Schneider having a word to him at the long break. He's getting involved now. We'll go around the grounds very shortly for the plough in Tarawinchi. I wonder how Gussie's going now, boys.
Up a couple deep in, do you think, Luke?
I reckon he would be. I reckon the entertaining of sponsors would be.
I wouldn't want to
well
get him
underway.
on the line. Let's
we
just
won't
say
get
that.
on the line, no.
Yeah, good on him. And his Essendon Bombers, well, they've got a chance to... Well, could they win tomorrow? Surely not.
I reckon they can.
You can?
Yeah, I think they can.
Be a big effort, wouldn't it?
I'd love to see it.
What, Collingwood's, is it 9 in a row they're going for, or 8 in a row?
Yep.
It'd be 9,
I reckon
won't it?
they've rode their luck a little bit too long,
Yeah, I
the
think
Pies.
they have the Pies.
Yeah.
They're due for a loss.
Yeah, unreal.
For everyone's sake, I think.
Okay. Back here at Corowa. And that was Cam Wilson. Tried to dish off, ball intercepted. Panthers win it. Garland, then on to a net. Left foot, top spinning kick. Jake O'Brien missed it. Sean Driscoll tried to get a net with the handball. Oh, gee,
Great
good
attack.
solid contest there. Cam Wilson going again. Gilmore, just a wild hand pass out of the pack. Jared Lane gets it, puts it on the boot. High kick, Hopper, nice mark. And I think that'll bring up his 6th with a Dan.
Yep.
Of this quarter alone, is it?
Second inside 50 as well.
Oh, it must have been touched.
Albers, left foot, Jared Lane. He's just going with a long one again. I don't mind it, to be honest. He is blazing away, but...
No, it's going to be all right.
Barrett, here we go. And on to Damien Wilson.
Not the player you want on the wing, Tommy Goodwin, but he has used the footy well today. That's not his best kick. I've mozzed him already.
It was a scrubby one, trying to find Bracky. Ball out of bounds. Right at centre wing.
You've got to be
Sky Burgess.
That was terrible.
That's a shocking call.
Sky, that was right in front of you, Sky. What do you reckon?
It was. He got the handball out, and I just think it was. He had his back to the umpire, so the umpire hasn't seen it.
Yeah, well
okay.
said,
Sky brought to you by.
Now that's a ball.
Hopper Wodonga MG, and she's got her finger right on the pulse down there. Sky.
We're going, mate.
And Ashley Cooper got absolutely mowed down by Ollie Struve. It's getting quite vocal down there, Sky.
Yeah, but...
Yeah, well, it was shocked. Everyone's yelling and screaming.
Flared up a little
carrying
bit.
on.
This might be what the game needs.
Yeah, I'd put a helmet on if I were you, Sky.
The pressure's gone up, hasn't it?
Ollie Struve spears one in. It has, Chris, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. As the Panthers relieve a little bit of pressure there, Marsh obviously in the back pocket here. But, yeah, the Roos are throwing everything at them at the moment. They need a goal to capitalise and really put some scoreboard pressure on.
Marsh So across the goal square to Glanville, and then he wants Hopper, who's been hot in this quarter, Dan Vaccaro on the water stat sheet.
He has. This is his 7th touch, boys, on the waters.
We must say, though, he did need to ramp things up a little after a quiet opening half, and then Hopper wants to come back this way, so they haven't gained much ground here, the Panthers. Switching play to the broadcast side, southern end, Adam Butler with the ball. You would have heard Chris Mitchell and Dan Vaccaro. I thought the Butler and Bradkey match-up broke about even in the first half. I'd have to agree. Jared Lane, ball on centre wing, so they've intercepted this. The Roos goes to Damien Wilson. Look at the palm off on Bevan. And then left foot, Hopper comes out. Spencer's got it. So a couple of spilt balls, and then Bradkey got torn around and
360.
About... Didn't he? What, Chris? Every bit of it. Then the Panthers out to Garland, and then Albers. He's charging after the ball, so a lot of space here. The Panthers, if they can get their work together. And then Garland swings around on the left boot, sends it in to Hennessy. And Hennessy
interesting one, that one.
Will pick up a free kick for holding. Did you think it was there, Chris?
Oh, I think it was there. He probably grabbed him and then turned around. So, yeah, whenever your eyes aren't facing the footy and you're facing your defender, you're in trouble.
Chris Mitchell, brought to you by the Old Town and Country Tavern this afternoon. Gaffney
hurts, doesn't it?
Roved the ball off the back of the contest to the Bridge Road end, and he's picked up a major. So another goal to the Lavington Panthers through Lockie Gaffney, and that was really something out of nothing, Dan Vaccaro.
That's really disappointing for Corowa. They were coming, they were playing. Their intent has been fantastic actually this quarter as well, but far more superior in the skills and the field kicking from Lavington.
Yeah, Sky, what are your thoughts on that one?
Yeah, it's going to get harder and harder for Corowa to stay in it, isn't it? Like everything they're doing, they're fighting tooth and nail for, and Labby are just making it look too easy.
Yeah, so third term, 3.5 minutes gone on the McDonald's time clock. Sorry, I should say 10, almost 11 minutes gone on the McDonald's time clock here in the third term. Lavington 8-7-55 lead Corowa-Rutherglen 4-5-29. The third term brought to you by STY Metals on 1566 3&E. O&M Live. Sky Burgess, Dan Vaccaro and Chris Mitchell and Luke Francis in Corowa.
It's not going their way quite at the moment.
It's not.
Certainly isn't through a lack of trying for the Roos.
Gilmore, geez, a likely looking lad, isn't he? And then he gets on and charges away. Ordinary kick. Commentators curse, if you've heard so many times. Oh no. Panthers coming out of defence, bucketed it up. Roos, I should say. And then Hargrave thumps it in. Big ball down forward. And that looks like Brennan has it. No, it's Cook. Has taken the mark to the Bridge Road end, right in the goal square. Chris Mitchell.
2 in a row is really going to nearly put this out of reach, I reckon. 26 points on the F45 Wangaratta scoreboard. You can add another 6 points to that, Daniel.
Yeah, that's really disappointing for Lavington. But on a positive note for Lavington, really disappointing for Corowa, sorry. On a positive note for Lavington is how good's Tom Hargrave been in this game? He's had 5 touches this quarter already. He's directly set up that game. He's directly set up that goal there. He's been fantastic all day on the water stat sheets, Lukey.
Yeah, certainly has. 32-point lead now to the Panthers. They've really skipped away, Sky Burgess, as we go down to you for Albury Wodonga MG.
Yeah, they have. It's Corowa not quite managing to stay in it at the moment. I think they really need to get another goal this quarter to stay in it. They've just had Melsham go back out onto the wing, so let's see if he can bring some run.
Yeah, so Aidan Cook kicking a goal to the Bridge Road end for the Lavington Panthers. Gaffney. Ball finds its way to him, and then he goes with the right foot and tries to put it in the path of Garland. It came off, left foot spearing ball, beautiful. And coming out was Curley. An attacking 50 for the Panthers. Chris, that was smooth.
Yeah, Luke Garland's done that for over a decade for the Panthers, and you can see why he's so highly rated in the O&M with his beautiful left foot passing. That was no exception for Curley, who's going to kick from about 45.
Yep. And Luke Garland takes a spell on the bench, replaced by Billy Glanville. As Curley comes in, Jack, and then steers it wide. It won't be a goal over the pack, bouncing through for 1 behind. Inside 50s for the third term so far. Dan Vaccaro for Waters.
Yeah, the inside 50 count is Lavington's favour 5, and Corowa have had just the 3.
Yeah, beautiful. We'll go around the grounds very shortly for plough-in Tarawinji and just check out what's happening. Of course, that other huge game on 14.94 2A Wise, the Albury Tigers taking on the Wang Magpies.
Great mark there by Driscoll. And, yeah, the ball's going to go back pretty quickly for another forward 50 entry for Lavington here.
And Driscoll sold it to Tommy Good when he took the bait. And Howard does well in defence. As we said earlier, so great to see him back in the Roos lineup, but he's turned it over directly to Jack Harlan. So North under Corowa, I should say, under all sorts of pressure here in the back line in his third term.
Even when they're not under pressure, they're turning the ball over. That's been their Achilles heel. We spoke about it pre-game.
Perceived pressure's coming into play now.
Perceived pressure and trying to force the issue and not working out at the moment.
Hey, right, Chris, own worst enemy. Through so many, well, I suppose, kicks coming out of that defensive 50 and then towards Harlan. Ball rolling out of bounds, left of centre wing as we have another boundary throw in. So almost 15 gone, third term here on the McDonald's time clock, and on the F45 Wangaratta scoreboard, it is the Lavington Panthers 9-8-62, leading Corowa 4-5-29. Let's go around the grounds for the Plough-in Tarrawinji, Dan Vaccaro.
Yeah, thanks, Lukey. So North Albury 54-2, Wodonga Raiders 37. Wodonga Bulldogs 28 to Yarrawonga 43. Rovers 45 to Murderford 44. Albury 30 to Wang 44 as well.
Spencer's just had a shot here. Left foot snap to the scoreboard, and I tell you what, Chris, it went close. It hit the post.
It was very close, and just the luck that they haven't had today, Lukey, and you need everything going your way to win a game like this when the ball's not rolling your way. But 32-point lead on their 45 scoreboard for Lavington. But I don't think they're quite done with yet, Corowa. They certainly need the next goal, that's for sure. But, yeah, their intensity has been outstanding this quarter. Those couple of goals to Gaffney and Cook, really hurt their chances of clawing their way back into this one.
Class act, Chris Mitchell, brought to you by the Old Town and Country Tavern. Sky, I hope you went with the Raiders this afternoon. Be careful with this.
I did pick them, but that recent score, they've got me worried. They've got such potential and just...
I think they've had you worried for a few. What do you think?
I think they're beyond that, aren't they? I don't think they would listen to me.
No, it'll be an interesting result, that one. That is for sure, between the Hoppers and the Raiders, as we said. And as we all know, the Hoppers nailed them, didn't they, earlier on in the year? So can the Raiders turn it around this afternoon? Back here at John Ford, 32-point lead to the Panthers. Ball back into play on the outer side. And then Damien Wilson off to Howard. And then Howard has to go again. Then right foot, Robinson, nice mark, inside 50. And Will's got it. Now he's got a few players on short to the near side. But Will said, nah, bugger you boys. I think I might load up here and put this one on upon myself. What do you reckon, Chris?
Well, he threw it on the boot as he was getting tackled, Howard, and maybe the chaos ball will work a bit more in this second half for the Roos. And, yeah, Robinson obviously straight in front, probably about 46 metres, but need a goal desperately.
Sure do. Will set sail for home, and it's gone to the near side. And it's through for a minor score. So 62 plays 32. 17.5 gone here, third turn, brought to you by STY Metals on O&M Live this afternoon. And Harlan out of the full-back position brings it into Jack Driscoll.
Isn't it?
Gee, that was a lovely kick, Chris, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a beautiful kick.
Oh, then brought down by Bradkey. So Jack Driscoll in slow
He's
motion.
Unreal, yeah. Daniel's just shaking his head how good an athlete this young kid is.
Yeah, recovery unreal, and then fires one in. This would be a steal line goal of the day. Oh, going and going,
Jeepers.
but it's touched. And it's gone through for one behind.
He's outstanding. All his teammates
He's
are
a
going
fantastic
to him
footballer, Caleb
Bradkey,
Bradkey.
yeah.
Yeah.
We're not going to see much more of him here.
No.
That's for sure.
Yeah, well, you two nailed it on the halftime break. Just his recovery. Second and third efforts. He's so quick to get back on his feet, isn't
So
he,
they've given
Dan?
a free kick
They
here
have
to
given a free
Hayden
kick
Filipponi,
to
straight on the goal
Filipponi.
square.
What was that for? I didn't see that either.
I think there was an interference in the marking contest, I think.
Okay.
Okay, so
Man, a bit
Filipponi.
higher.
It'll work.
Hayden Filipponi has picked up a goal.
Maybe that's something what they need.
Glimmer of life still in these Roos.
Yep, they needed it and they get it. So Filipponi's picked up a free kick here against the odds almost.
gets a goal and comes off. That's a bit of a new age thing, isn't it? Football.
It is.
You
get
wouldn't like that
dragged
after
to
you
kick a
kicked a
goal.
goal, Sky, would you?
No, you want to celebrate.
It's not even a TV game either, is it?
You get G'd up and you're ready to go again, and then you got to come to the bench.
Damo Wilson's been fantastic this quarter, boys. He had the 8 touches on the water stat sheet.
Beautiful back in the middle.
He's got another free kick here for holding the ball.
Again.
Okay, this is getting interesting. Almost. Well, we do get to the 90-minute mark, third term.
Still time for a
62
couple of goals,
plays,
Lukey.
37. That is exactly right, Chris Mitchell. Oh, now
For either side.
he sensed belief.
Yeah.
Robinson turned over, though, to Hennessy. Well, this isn't good for the Roos. And then to the half-forward flank to Sean Driscoll, who had an opening term for the ages. Sean, he's got Hennessy on short, wide, gets him. Billy Glanville loops
one running
around
with him, is
Hennessy, and then he really made a mess of it.
Well done, Marks.
Marks.
Fantastic effort by Marks.
Yeah, it goes in. Now he drags it in, and the umpire lets him off the
3
hook.
on 1 and force the contest.
That is a fantastic effort. Desperation footy's been good, and you can't fault Corowa's today.
Certainly. So, just how will this game pan out in the last part of this third term? And still got a quarter to go. 15-66, 3-E. Round 14 of 18. And, well, these two teams locked together on the ladder in terms of premiership points. Ben Ashley Cooper fires one inside 50, an entry. They get the Panthers. And then spearing out was Curley, picks up the ball. Hanson's got him, brought him to ground. Ball out the back. Hennessy left foot snap. Bridge Road and got it.
Oh, big goal.
Yeah, he's got it. So again, they just breathe a sigh of relief, the Panthers. They just had to get it to give themselves a bit of breathing space. And Chris Mitchell, that's exactly what they got.
They just managed to kick a goal when the pressure is being lifted by Corowa, don't they, Dan?
They have. They've just been a class above all day, Lavington, and it's really not a. It's really hard to say on Corowa's behalf. Their intent has been fantastic all day. What's let them down is their skills compared to Lavington. It's just been really one-way traffic for that.
Yep. So 62 plays, 43 on the F45 Wangaratta scoreboard, ticking up towards a 21-minute mark on the McDonald's time clock. Third term. Third term brought to you by STY Metals. Back in the centre. Here we go again. Garland over the top to Hopper. And then Hopper on the right boot. Intended for O'Brien. Missed him. Melksham comes away with it and gets it on to Pernag. And that's directly turned over. So Lockie Gaffney for the Panthers. He wants to send one forward and does so. And then, well, Garland couldn't pick it up. It was Hennessy left foot snap.
Oh.
Straight drop punt, I should say, has drifted across the face of goal and has gone through for 1 point.
Pretty exciting when he goes near it. Hennessy looks like he's going to kick a goal every time he gets near it.
Yeah, very lively.
Got some good wheels on him and, manages to create his own opportunities.
Certainly does. That's the voice of Chris Mitchell for the Old Town and Country Tavern. Sky Burgess for Albury Wodonga MG. Any news down there, Sky?
No, everyone looks good. They got both Filipponi and Wilson sitting on the Corowa bench at the moment, so I'm assuming those boys are going to want to get back on soon.
Robinson, short to Howard.
He's been good this quarter, Howard. He's had the 5 touches.
So Cody with it. And what's he going to do? Oh, gee, goes to Barrett. That's okay. That's good. They keep possession. Now he needs players to move for him. And right now, I reckon it'd be tough to be Barrett. What's he going to do? Spear and kick back in towards the middle. That was a fantastic hit. He's got Kalen Bradkey on the edge of the square. And what will Kalen do? He's got Jordan Ayres on. So they've picked up about 30 metres, if you like, in territory. And Ayres, gee, they've got to be pinpoint with their kicks, don't they, Chris?
Yeah, they sure do. We're just watching Kalen Bradkey's work right there and trying to give lead after lead and just create opportunities for his teammates. His work ethic and work rates are phenomenal.
Unbelievable.
We have been singing his praises all day, but he continues to impress.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And then Charlie Sanson for the Panthers gets it to Ben Ashley Cooper. He's got Glanville on it, true centre half back. Robinson in pursuit of him, but it gets to Glanville. And then Hopper, who's had a good third term. Dan Vaccaro on the Water stats.
He's just had his 9th touch now on the Water stat sheet, boys.
Out wide to Jake O'Brien in the sleeves as he plays in, and then back to Glanville. So the Panthers just happy to burn a bit of time off the clock here and keep possession almost. And then Harlan, look at that for a kick, Chris Mitchell.
Beautiful kick, finds Butler.
An absolute ripper. And then inboard to Newton. Oh, high one, turned over. And Cody Howard sitting back there. And again, Dan, as you said, he's had a good third term also.
He has. He's had the 6 touches this quarter, and he's only had the other 5 for the game. So he's had 11 touches, but 6 this quarter.
69 plays 43. Lavington up here on the F45 Wangaratta scoreboard. We'll go around the grounds for the plough in Tarrawinji very shortly. Cam Wilson, beautiful mark down in front of our commentary position.
Bradkey getting a lot of touches up the field. They sort of need him a little bit deeper when they win the footy, where they are at the moment across half forward.
Yeah, you're right, Chris. They need a couple of him, don't they?
Yes,
and then
handy.
Oh, gee, Wilson got spoilt. Panthers did well. Garland was fantastic. Gaffney, left foot down the line. And then, well...
Yeah, clever, isn't he,
Howard? Yeah, Tim Sands. I shouldn't say Tim. Charlie just got pushed out of the contest by Howard. Marsh, he's after it now.
Got the numbers. I just need to get it forward, the Corowa Footy Club here.
Yep. Albers and Pernag in there. There is a stoppage. Let's go around the grounds and see what's happening at the other venues in the O&M for the plough in Tarrawinji.
Down at Button Park, it's North Albury lead Wodonga Raiders 56-44. Wodonga Bulldogs 28 to Yarrawonga's 58 at John Flower Oval. And then at WJ Finlay Oval, Wangaratta Rovers 59 to Murderford's 56.
Ooh.
And Albury Sports Ground 39. Albury plays Wangaratta 50.
Gee.
3 points in it. Rovers and Murderford.
Yeah.
Set up for a thrilling finish there.
Butler in towards Jack Driscoll. He's got Marsh running for him. And then he thumps one up towards the half-forward flank. O'Brien just bounced before him. Nash is after him quickly. O'Brien tries to paddle it, keeps it in forward.
Oh, well done.
Yes, it was beautiful. But there is the siren. And at the three-quarter time break, the Lavington Panthers still have that handy break. So the Roos came out firing in the third term, but the Panthers just kept responding. And as we get to three-quarter time, it is 10-9-69. Lavington, the visiting team, leading. Corowa-Rutherglen Kangaroos, 6-7-43. The third term was brought to you by STY Metals. We'll get to a break here and return with the final quarter from John Ford Oval. Sky Burgess, Dan Vaccaro, Chris Mitchell and Luke Francis with you. This is O&M Live, and O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
All clear.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care. Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where there's industry qualified trainers. Go where students come first. Go for the community. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan Intelligent Mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
GoTafe is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTafe is the place for you.
GoTafe is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on,
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Hi, I'm Kylie King. I first fell in love with this region as the Prime News sports presenter. Sometimes this feels like my second home. I love our historic towns and vibrant cities, our passion for sport, and of course the people who make it special. And now I get to share what's important in our region with Kev Polton. So join us, Kylie and Kev for breakfast, weekday mornings from 6 on 2AY and 3NE.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket, served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
1566 3NE.
Yeah, welcome back, everyone. Hope you're enjoying your afternoon wherever you may be. Tuned in to 1566 3NE and O&M Live. And we're about to go to Dan Vaccaro and find out who was the Optus quarters best. Dan, what do you got for us, mate?
Yeah, thanks, Lukey. I think for the Corowa side of things, the Optus quarters best for them were two players. I think Damo Wilson was fantastic that quarter. He had 10 touches. So prominent in that midfield. Jeez, he's a good player. And Cody Howard, who's had actually a very quiet day, but he had 7 touches that quarter, 12 for the game now. So he got really moving that quarter. And then as we move over to the Lavington side of things, Sammy Hopper, 0 touches in the second quarter,
yes.
10 that quarter. So
there you go.
He was fantastic that quarter. He really bit back well. And Will Glanville as well had 8 touches. I thought he was really good. Garland, who's been good all game as well. And I really like Tom Hargrave's game as well. He had another 6 that quarter. Super consistent.
Yeah, you just know what you're going to get from Tom Hargrave. There's no doubt about that. And Cody Howard, as you mentioned, Dan, great to see him back. And that is a good game from him, given that hamstring injury.
Yeah, he's been out for a good 3 or 4 weeks. So it was always going to be a little bit slow getting back to him. And not to mention the first 15 minutes of the first quarter, they were just completely under siege, their defence. So Cody Howard couldn't really do a whole lot, but he's been really good, a really good tick of the box first game back. Lukey.
That's it, Chris. As we saw in that third term, every time you thought the Roos might be able to just peg back the Panthers went bang and shut the door again, didn't they?
Yeah, well said. And really credit to Lavington too for doing that. And just putting scoreboard pressure on Corowa, even if Corowa's ramped that pressure indicator up, and coming really hard at Lavington for plenty of periods of that third quarter there, but just can't get the job done on the scoreboard. Probably a little bit over-reliant on Bradkey, who did a lot of his work there across half forward and further up the ground, and obviously that creates space for his teammates, but they need that big target up there in the forward 50 and just need some scoreboard pressure. And a couple of early goals will really be game on here, I reckon.
Chris Mitchell, brought to you by the Old Town and Country Tavern. Dan?
Just on a positive note, you mentioned Bradkey. How good is that kid and how good can he be?
Well, we're pumping him up like he's the next Jonathan Brown.
Well, I'll tell you what, in the O&M, he's fantastic. I haven't seen too many players turn on a dime and have the agility of someone of that height, and his work rate is great as well.
Got a bright future if he
well, one thing, Dan, you've been there since the start, Roddy. You're on now. You're on now.
Yep.
So no one can accuse you of jumping on.
No.
Later down the track. Now, Sky Burgess. We'll see how what Sky got up to at three-quarter time for Albury-Wodonga MG. What's the story, Sky? Could you get to one of the huddles?
Yeah, I went to Lavington and just had a bit of a listen to what Adam Schneider was saying to the boys. There wasn't actually a whole lot of different direction. It was just, he was just asking them to remain composed and to reduce those intercept marks that Corowa are getting, to keep their composure and instead of playing on and doing those silly little handballs, to, you know, take their time and hit those targets.
Rightio, 32-point lead to the Lavington Panthers. Will they go on with it? Or can the Roos peg them back here at John Ford Oval this afternoon? The final term brought to you by APCO Wangaratta. Let's see how it all pans out as the umpire has it. And he sends it aloft, Driscoll. And then intercepted by Jared Lane. Try to get a quick hand pass out of the pack. Players trying to fight for it at ground level. There's a whistle for holding. And it's going to Damien Wilson, who was enormous in the third term. How many did he have down on the water stats?
He had 10 in the third term. He's had 23 for the game.
Yeah, and then a short one. Oh, that wasn't his best kick. And Jack Driscoll has intercepted and taken the mark. He wastes no time, fires it to the outer side. Jake O'Brien's got it. Then a short one on to Miles Albers. Turns, goes inboard to Glanville. So the Panthers here. Called to play on Glanville. Don't know about that kick. Sort of half came off his shin almost. And then Ashley Cooper. Yeah, it's worked out fortuitously. He's got O'Brien on. He has to go back, misses him. Damien Wilson got a hand to it. Curley fights for it. Comes out to Cody Howard and the Roos get out of trouble. And that finds Pernag. In fact, that's Osborne. Called to play on. Short one to Robinson. And eventually, Chris Mitchell, they get out.
Did really well there, Corowa, to not only get out, but move across the halfway line here. And obviously, just turning the ball over here again, the Corowa Footy Club. But, relieving some pressure. They've been under the pump all day. Cody Howard, Joey Hansen and Jake Wood. And done, pretty good job so far restricting the Panthers to 10 goals on the Work Locker Wangaratta scoreboard.
Chris Mitchell for Old Town and Country Tavern. Panthers. Half-forward flank, spear one in, Curley down low as he held onto it. Yep. He's taken the mark, edge of the 50, just left of the scoreboard, so he's on a tight angle, hard up against the boundary. You reckon he'd look to dish off, wouldn't he, Chris?
Yeah, I think he'll definitely top of the square there. I'll spit it out in a minute, boys.
Yeah, no, that's it. And bouncing ball towards the edge of the goal square. It's found its way to the boundary line, and it's gone out of bounds. Sky Burgess, Albury-Wodonga, MG. What's the story down there now, Sky?
Yeah, it's very quiet down here. No rotations yet. It is getting a little bit colder. So
yeah.
Doing another jacket, Sky?
Lucky you got that Kathmandu on.
Is it? I'm allowed.
2 jackets on.
Am I allowed to wear a blanket to work? Or
Cooks grabbed another one and kicked it out of the pack. Another goal. So almost a mirror one of the one he kicked to the Bridge Road end in the third term. And he's kicked one to the scoreboard end.
That's almost got to be game, doesn't it? I hate to call it this early on, but it's kind of the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, Sky. I was about to say the same thing.
Come on, plenty of time left, team.
Hey, I picked Corowa too. I should be right on the bandwagon.
You should be, Sky.
It's hard to see how they're going to make up these 6 goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, 75 plays 37 on the Work Locker Wangaratta scoreboard. And 3 minutes gone in the final term here on the McDonald's time clock. Now, I noticed too, Dan, you weren't really being a gentleman when Sky was asking for a second jacket down there. You weren't not exactly running down the stairs to pass on your jacket.
No, it's a little bit chilly up here because you've ripped the windows out, so I've got to look after myself, Lukey.
Okay, no, fair enough, Dan. Oh, what a mate, mark. Hopper's taken an absolute hanger.
Screamer.
He's gone back with the flight, and that was a ripper.
Just what this game needed.
Didn't it what? To the Bridge Road end. My goodness.
Everyone's in shock down here. Everyone's got hands on faces. That was amazing.
That is what you call a specky, boys. That is just an absolute hanger.
I hope Michael Banovic got that one on camera, Remo. He'll send you a text message any minute.
That's one for the highlight reel.
Yeah, that was just an old-fashioned ripper from Hopper. Beautiful mark.
Hopper's got hops.
Well, knowing him live, he has. The old basketball saying, hey, Dan Vaccaro.
Did you have
any hops?
No, mate. I do my best work on the ground. Yeah, no, I don't get very far off it.
Didn't go up and send down.
I thought you were going to ask me about my basketball pass, and I was going to answer. Look at my height.
Well, I'm just saying. I thought you might have got up and thrown down a few windmill jams or something. Dan?
No, I'm an observer of the great NBA, but not a player.
Good on you. Who's your team?
Bulls. 90s kid, of course.
He's an MJ fan.
Yeah. Jumping on the wagon again there.
Young kids wouldn't know who MJ was, would they?
Nah, you see 10-year-olds walk around with Scottie Pippen shirts on. Tears to my eyes.
Ball just ended up with Jordan Ayres there at one stage. You turn his name around, you got Air Jordan almost, haven't you?
This is very good.
And then in board to Robinson. So the Roos have got it inside attacking 50 to the Bridge Road end. And the Panthers defence screaming at each other to man up, and that's why, because there's a free one in Cam Wilson.
I don't know, he's only improved the distance by about 10 metres and a more difficult angle, so Robinson could have gone back for a shot there. Unselfish play to kick one to Wilson, who'll have the journey from here and need one to keep their very, very, very faint hopes alive.
Yeah, certainly do. So if the Roos were to get up and steal this game, well, this ball would have to go through to the Bridge Road end if there were any hope. 75 plays 37 as we almost reach the 6-minute mark on the Macca's time clock, final term. And what can Cam do? He's a star, this guy, for the Kangaroos. That's a nice kick. Will it get there? It does. So just a glimmer of hope for the Roos. Just some light there. Still flickering, Chris Mitchell, as we go to you for the Old Town and Country Tavern.
Yeah, that's another goal for Corowa. They haven't been able to kick more than 3 1/4. Obviously, last quarter they only kicked one down. They got 3 in the second and 1 in the first. So hopefully this is not a replica of the first quarter and they can get a couple on the trot, which is something they haven't been able to do quite often.
Yeah, hopefully they get a few on the trot, Chris, as you said. But how good's Cam Wilson, boys? He's had 3 touches already this quarter, 23 for the game and a goal.
Yeah.
A supreme leader of men, Cam Wilson.
Oof. Yeah. Jeez, where'd you pull that one from?
Dan, just
playbook.
Lighting it up here in the final term. Dan Vaccaro. Fantastic. Driscoll out of the middle. And Cam Wilson. And dishes off. And then back out wide here. And it was Damien Wilson in the middle. Osborne with the ball. And then on to Shield, and Shield on the left foot sends one down to Melksham, bounced off his chest. He's got to go again. Oh, well done from Annette. Came in for the Panthers. Osborne had a crack at it. O'Brien, Melksham, then Ben Ashley Cooper. Comes back to him, right foot, swings it, hurry kick. Cody Howard in a race with the ball with Sean Driscoll. Howard did well. And then left hand pass to Joe Hansen, brought down in a heavy tackle.
Driscoll, was it? Who's at the bottom of the
And
pack?
the umpires... It's Hennessy. Got Joe Hansen. Tell you what, didn't waste any time either.
Hennessy, hasn't he? Yeah, no, he was very quick on the whistle, but yeah, big, strong tackle there by Hennessy.
Left foot driving ball inside 50. Couple of Panthers went up at the front of the contest. And then it comes out the back. This is Gaffney on to Sean Driscoll. Wants to go back. Gaffney, right foot snap, high ball. Won't be a goal. Drifting away, bouncing. Back into play.
How's that?
How will this fall? Nash under a stack of pressure. Gee, that was a kicking in danger, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought that's what he was going to call, to be honest.
I thought he threw the ball. I would have paid holding the ball there. But.
Yeah, Curley came in with a big roundhouse kick. Sky, did you catch that? I thought it...
I did. That's what I thought the umpire was actually going to call, because as he had it in his hand, he's tried to kick it, and that's kind of kicking in danger, but then he did drop it. So you really could have called 3 different calls then. So
He picked one of them.
Oh, yeah, his kick. Garland's come up with it.
Yeah, there's a bit of everything in that one. And Luke Garland ended up with a Sharon and thumps it through to the scoreboard or southern end. And you'd say that'd be curtains here at John Ford Oval. The Panthers... They'll get home this afternoon and they'll pick up these very important premiership points.
I thought he was indicating that he was going to throw the ball up.
Well, it was hard to tell, wasn't it? A lot of confusion down there in that goal square. I think our heads are all spinning after that one, Sky Burgess.
throw, ball, kicking in danger. Really, take your pick.
Yeah. Well, that's it.
We need to mic the umpire up so we know what he's saying to the players.
Yeah, beautiful. We'll go around the grounds very shortly for the plough in Tarrawinji. Dan Vaccaro will deliver those scores for us as the ball goes back to the middle. What's going to happen this time? Goodwin did well. And just...
I would not want to be on the receiving end of that by Tom Goodwin.
Just came down and laid all over a Panther.
That's hurt me.
In Luke Garland. And I tell
Two
you
big
what,
bulls there.
absolutely.
Looks a bit sore after that one.
Tommy, he's just one man that you just do not argue with. I'd agree with everything he'd have to say. Every word that came out of his mouth, in my opinion, is 100% correct. Okay, Gaffney. Ball bouncing towards
Had a pretty
the
good
boundary
game
line.
too, hasn't he, Gaffney? He hasn't done a lot wrong.
Certainly has. Rightio,
very
Dan.
consistent.
Let's go around the grounds, mate, for the ploughing Tarrawinji. What do
No
we got?
worries, Lukey. So Button Park, North Albury 56 to Raiders 50. John Flower Oval 29 to Yarrawonga 58. Rovers 68 to Murderford 62. And Albury 39 to Wangaratta 66.
One goal in it.
Yeah. Did you see that Falcon down there then, Sky?
Sorry, no. I was just watching someone's come off to the bench getting some attention, so I'm just keeping an eye on that.
Damien Wilson copped a sharing in the melon. If I saw correctly, Driscoll, Goodwin in the ruck, Glanville goes in, so they're just down in front of our commentary position here. Broadcast side, and Goodwin wrapped up by Hargrave, and again, we'll have another stoppage. 81 plays 43 on the work locker Wangaratta scoreboard. McDonald's time clock has gone 10.5 final term. Gaffney swings it in forward entry here for the Panthers. Out the back of the pack. Hanson's wrapped up by Curley. And the man in green asks for the share. And Chris Mitchell.
Yeah, under all sorts of pressure at the moment. The Roos, they're coming home like a steam train, Lavington. And, just putting the nail in the coffin with a couple more goals will set the tone for another victory for them.
And the final turn brought to you by AFCO Wangaratta as Cam Wilson gets the ball on to Osborne. Halfback flank, and he's just calling for his Roos to just calm it down a little. And what's he got on? He's got a few short options. Goes with about a 25-metre kick down the line. Didn't come off at all. And Gaffney, who's been good in the last few moments. And then Spears one in forward again for the Panthers. Cook.
Clever.
Yeah, punched it. Curley. And then back to Cook. He's got Sean Driscoll. One out wide here on his own as Albers. Right foot snap. Rolling towards goal. Steal line goal of the day. A beauty.
Doesn't miss those.
No.
He does not.
Shelling peas.
Certainly.
You're on fire today.
An 87 plays 43. And as we said, the Panthers home here at John Ford Oval. They've stamped the papers.
Well, we've touched on it before, Garland and Tommy Goodwin's massive hit. It's actually him getting attention by the trainer now. He's clutching onto his jaw and he's just been checked out for it. Standing up, ready to go back on, so it must be all right. But, yeah, you can imagine that would hurt that big hit.
Lovely work on the boundary. Sky Burgess for Albury-Wodonga MG.
Yes. How are those AFL scores going? Dan, how are your Hawkers?
Oh, yeah.
What's the story?
We are...
You home?
Yeah, we're home, boys. How good's
That's
that?
why he's so happy.
That's what's plans tonight. Go home, watch the replay.
Yep, for sure.
71 points.
You won't watch the replay, sure.
Of course I will.
Against the Roos.
Mate, we've got to take every win we can get.
Oh, dear.
With the volume up.
I'll send the replay to Monty. I'm sure Monty will want to watch it.
Gilmore with the Sharon, and he's got pulled off it. Got his kick away, though. Howard, he's been great in his first game back this afternoon from that hamstring injury. And then a low kick, Bevan just rips it back in for the Panthers. Arc of the 50, broadcast side.
Done.
Yeah, Xander Nash on to Cody Howard, who has a bounce. Then sends it down the line. Nice hit. Getting Spencer. He's been quiet today, hasn't he, Callum Spencer?
It's been a hard day for a half forward for Corowa, that's for sure.
Certainly has. So he's just in front of the interchange gates. And that's a pretty ordinary kick. I think it was touched by Harlan. Jordan Ayres. And now a net. Got pulled off a share, but did get his kick away. Cody Howard has to go again. Coming through was Charlie Sanson, Hennessy. And then the ball has found the boundary line this time in front of the Panthers bench. And we'll have another boundary throw in. 87 plays 43. The Panthers lead, final term. 13.5 gone. Sky Burgess, Dan Vaccaro, Chris Mitchell and Luke Francis on 15.66 3-E. And O&M Live, we hope you've enjoyed the action this afternoon, wherever you may be tuned in, as Robinson goes inboard to Barrett. And then Barrett with a massive switch on. He's got Wood out there.
Haven't done a lot of that today, have they? The big switch like that. I like it, moving it quickly, but Lavington's up to the task. They've got plenty of numbers behind the ball now.
Gee, the Albury Tigers are the masters of the switch,
Yeah,
aren't they, Chris?
Yep.
They just set up beautifully. And then Bradkey on the half-forward flank for the Roos. Now, what's he got on? He's got Jared Lane. Look at that for a kick.
Nice,
oh,
nice mix
wow.
too, isn't it?
That was one of the best pieces of football we've seen today from Corowa. That kick was absolutely superb, Chris Mitchell.
45-metre bullet, and great. Not easy to mark those, especially when you're full stretch and you've got a defender up your tail as well. So, hopefully Jared Lane, he's had a pretty good day, I reckon, for the Roos, and hopefully he can go back and kick what would be their 7th goal on the Work Locker Wangaratta scoreboard.
Chris Mitchell.
Tongue twister, isn't it? The Work Locker Wangaratta scoreboard.
Yep.
Chris, brought to you by the Old Town and Country Tavern this afternoon. Let's see what Jared can do. That's a high ball from Jared Lane to the bridge road end. That's a super kick.
Well on by, didn't move.
Sweet contact from Jared Lane. That's a ripper. He's put it straight through the sticks.
Missing Jai Lane, aren't they? Yeah.
Oh,
Put him in the guts there.
That extra rotation in the midfield is really...
He was nearly their best midfielder.
Just about, yeah. Yep. Probably one of the best ball winners, so it's put a lot of onus on the Wilson brothers who have stepped up, but just not enough today.
Sky, it'd be nice to have a hoof on you like Jared Lane, wouldn't it?
It would. I've only got little legs. I struggle to kick it over 30 metres. So, that's unreal to have a wind-up like that.
Yeah, makes it look easy.
Spends a fair bit of time at Adrenaline Gym in Albury. He does, Lukey, and a little bit of boxing sometimes Saturday morning.
Chris, it sounds like you do too.
Fitness athlete. Oh, I'm just watching from the sidelines.
What's your forte at the House of Pain?
Yeah, not much.
I think you mean modest there. Barrett on to Robinson, to the Roos, trying to link up. I missed Spence with the handball, just knocked it on. Gilmore, he's trying for it on the ground. Melksham back out to Hopper. And then, Glanville's got to go, and so too is Xander Nash. And then Annette just went with a grubber along the ground to find Garland and over his head to Hopper. So that was almost a party trick, and he's found Sean Driscoll left of centre wing as the Panthers work it along the far side. This is with Hennessy. Squaring ball. Oh, beautiful defensive fist from Filipponi. He's done something to his knee, has he?
Oh, I hope not.
Something's gone amiss there. No, he might be just getting up slowly.
That's good news.
Regaining his composure now. And Jared Lane, in the meantime, has received the ball again inside 50, this time on a lot harder angle here, Chris Mitchell.
Yeah, very difficult from right on the boundary there for Coral. But, having a little flurry of play here, aren't they, the Roos, and hopefully can finish with a wet sail. Obviously, they're not going to get the chocolates, but they can take some momentum into next week.
Yep.
And this would be an absolute beauty if he was to get this. This won't be a goal. From Jared Lane across the face. And then the Panthers work back. Gilmore, who's got it in the back pocket. And then goes down the line trying to find Driscoll. Juggles it a couple of times. The ball's gone out of bounds. I think he wanted it. Pernag's hot in his hammer. And we will have a boundary throw in.
Yeah, they've got the big derby against Yarrawonga next week. So, it should be a ripping contest, that one.
Yeah, won't it what? We'll go back around the grounds shortly for Plough in Tarrawingi. Looking forward to seeing who our player of the day is too this afternoon.
It's a hard pick. Obviously, it's going to come from Lavington. They've been outstanding today. But, several players can put their hands up, I reckon. Sky's got a tough job picking that one. That's for sure.
She has got a tough job.
I've really liked Will Glanville's game today.
Yep. So the player of the day brought to you by Yarrawonga News and Gifts. So we'll have that following the final siren. 17:40 gone, final term.
Now, boys, we're going to have to go for around the grounds for the Plough in Tarrawingi here. I'm sorry to interrupt. 56-56 North Albury and Wodonga Raiders. So deep into the last quarter, which is massive. Yep, Wodonga 35-65 to Yarrawonga. 74-68 in favour of Rovers over Myrtleford as well. And Albury 51-74 at the sports ground.
So still a goal, Myrtleford Rovers.
Yep.
Geez, if Myrtleford win that, they're nearly locked in for finals, aren't they?
Yeah, they probably are.
Which would hurt Lavington's
And then if they lose,
Dan, just give us the Magpies Tigers again.
74-51, I believe.
So the Maggie's up.
Yeah, Maggie's up.
Okay. Albers just outside attacking 50. Just out in front of our broadcast position. Oh, went short. And Joe Hansen chips in front of Charlie Sanson. And the Roos win it. And he goes across to Wood. And, well, I don't know if there's much on out that side for him. He's going to go short to Shilg. Hopper mans the mark very quickly. And Jordan Ayres runs around Shilg and then kicks it down the line to Joe Hansen, who has the Sharon now. And he's got a man inside in Robinson. He burned off Hennessy. Ball out of bounds. Joe Hansen's not happy. I don't think he thought it was out. Sky, we'll go back down to you for Albury Wodonga MG. Gee, the Hoppers and the Raiders. It's tight, Sky.
It is. I'm not going to lie. I have got my little live update out here. I keep flicking it, thinking there's going to be another goal, but I don't want to be biased, but I hope the boys can get one win. They deserve it. So, yeah, fingers crossed for them.
Yep, Melksham. And Driscoll again.
They've got a better percentage too, the Raiders, so if they do get the job done today...
They won't finish on
they
bottom.
Probably
I
won't
did
finish
look
on
at
the bottom.
that. Yeah,
Yeah. How's the inside 50s looking in the final term, Dan, on the water stats sheet?
Yeah, so Corowa have had the 5 inside 50s, Lukey, and Lavington have had 8.
Yeah, so not much there. Bevan, half-back flank.
Just happy to chip the ball around the back half and eat a bit of time off the clock. The McDonald's time clock, the Lavington Panthers.
Yeah, they did this late in the third term and again here in the fourth. Bevan, that was sloppy. The kick interrupted by Pernack, and then they regain it. Glanville onto a net to Garland, over his head, didn't come off the second time. He tried it earlier, it was nice. Hanson has the ball and spears it in. Jared Lane again. So he's had 2 shots a goal in the final term. The first one was a beauty, the second one was hard. Didn't score, and well, virtually in the same spot as the first one, I reckon, Chris Mitchell.
It is, and good to see Hansen push forward, obviously the skipper there for the Rooser. We did speak about Pete German not wanting to move the magnets. He's one player that I reckon you could push up the ground, uses the ball really well, brave, good overhead mark as well.
Yep. So the Roos looking at their 8th goal, and that has gone across the face for one behind. 87 plays 50. Almost 21 minutes gone, final term on the McDonald's time clock. The work locker Wangaratta is the Panthers 13.987 to Corowa's 7.850. Full back position for the Panthers. And they really need to finish off this game. And they've come to this ground and played well this afternoon to pick up the points. But they've got to play through to the finish line because they've got a big couple of weeks coming up. No doubt about that. Melksham with the Sharon. On to Osborne. Right foot around the body. Bouncing ball. It's gone out of bounds to the Bridge Road end. Near side. Getting quite dark here, guys.
It is. They need to put the lights on, don't they? But
it is, yeah.
It's getting a bit cool there. Sky will be asking for another jacket very shortly.
I've thought about so much how I can rug up.
No, my Mac pack stayed on me.
Might have to run a minus hat down to you, Sky, so you can see down there.
Yeah, I'm getting the squint going.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, a lot of players around this pill here. Bridge Road end, about 30 out. Hargrave, Gaffney, and then Newton snavels it. That was a top spinning kick. Jordan Ayres along the ground to Joe Hansen. Weaving, Goodwin. No look hand pass to Osborne, out to Howard, and a short chip kick. And coming through was Ben Ashley Cooper. Joe Hansen again with the ball. Just ricocheting everywhere. A bit of pinball there.
Positive end for the game for Corowa. They're up to the 9 inside 50s now in the last quarter. Hopefully can take some momentum into next week's game.
Yeah, absolutely. 87 plays 50. Just give us the draw for next week, Dan, and that'll be round 15 of 18 in the O&M. And, well, what a month ahead.
Yarrawonga take on Corowa at JC Loy Oval. Raiders play Albury at the Birrelea Park. Murderford and Wang down at McNamara Reserve, which will be a good clash. Wangaratta Rovers and Wodonga Bulldogs at WJ Finlay. And Lavington take on North Albury at the Lavington Sports Ground.
Yeah. Wilson, spearing ball, inside 50 to the Bridge Road end. Robinson. And then Jared Lane, Gaffney. Hennessy goes, beautiful pickup, and then puts it on the left boot, looking for Garland. Kick didn't come off. Cam Wilson's got it. Gets it out to Jordan Ayres, and then a looping hand pass. It'll bounce in front of Tom Hargrave, though, so the Panthers win it back. Rooser got to defend. Garland, out of side, left foot, long kick down the line to the half-forward flank. Now Shilg gets it off hands to Joe Hansen, and they're away. The Kangas off half-back.
Good kick.
Yeah, beautiful. Nice delivery to Osborne, then on to Melksham. Hopper's got him. Finds Osborne, though, out the back, and then one to centre-half forward. Oh, nice mark. That was good. So Osborne, it's been pretty handy today. And then goes wide inside 50. Good look. It's going to be wide, though. It looks like Cam Wilson out there. He's got it. And again, Chris Mitchell.
How many shots from that pocket have they had in the last 10 minutes?
They've had a few.
There's about number
Haven't they?
4.
What?
They've had a few. Cam Wilson's just up to his 8th touch this quarter, and he's had 28 for the game.
If we go
And a
around the
goal.
grounds for the player in Tarawinji, it is the Raiders up by a point. So thrilling finish there.
Very good. Do we know how long
at
left,
Bunton.
Chris?
No, not sure how
No
long
time
left.
clock, yep.
Still a goal in it between Myrtleford and the Rovers.
Rightio, so we'll watch those. Barrett swings around, has a shot. Panthers getting back. Good mark by Marsh. And
Look at poor old Sky on the boundary. She's a ball of stress at the moment with the
Yeah, she
Raiders
is.
score update.
I'm literally fidgeting and shaking like it's killing me.
That's it. That's it. Hanson, Marsh, and then Osborne tried to have a crack at it. And then Hargrave, who's been great, on to Ben Ashley Cooper, out to Glanville, back to Hargrave, working on phone box, back there, Glanville, right foot, down the line, bouncing ball. Defensive fist by Spencer, ball out of bounds, left of centre wing. What's the story now? Dan, have we got any update on that one? We'll keep a close eye on it. Yeah, much interest in that result this afternoon.
Yeah, wooden spoon on the line there.
Yeah, a
For the
spoon.
loser.
That's it.
Still 1 point the difference.
And
for the player
prize
in Tarawinji.
that no one wants.
That's right.
That is for sure.
Do they get a priority pick?
Yeah.
Don't get me started on that.
Pernag in towards Wood and then on to Jordan Ayres, and he dishes off to Howard and he puts the ball inside 50. Bouncing ball out wide to that pocket again.
Oh,
I'm going to call it the Jarrah Lane pocket,
think
I
we
reckon.
should, yeah.
Got to rename it, Chris Mitchell. Howard.
Move over Eddie Betts.
That's it. And then a spearing ball. Panthers have got back and they take a defensive mark.
Yeah, they haven't put a foot wrong, have they? They've been good offensively, great defensively, keeping Corowa to 7 goals on the work locker Wangaratta scoreboard, and done the job with plenty of scoring shots as well. So 37-point leaders at the moment.
That's it. If you just joined us on 1566 3E. And that's the way it'll stay. It is the Lavington Panthers, the visiting team, getting home this afternoon at John Ford Oval. They've taken this one out 13-9-87 to Corowa's 7-8-50. 37-point winners. And, well, it wasn't easy. And I'll tell you what, they've grinded away to not the prettiest win, but one they'll be very proud of. And they'll head back to Lavington tonight with those premiership points that were so important. The two teams locked together on, 24 premiership points heading into this one this afternoon. Corowa-Rutherglen with a 6-7 win-loss record. Lavington exactly the same. And the Panthers, Chris Mitchell, have picked up a very important win for their football club.
This keeps their finals hopes alive, isn't it? That's their 7th win of the season and pretty much ends Corowa's chances of finishing in the top 5, I reckon. And they'll be sweating. Oh, geez, Myrtleford have hit the front by 5 points there. So they're getting the job done against the Rovers. Can't be long left. Could even be over. So we'll keep you updated as scores come in there at the WJ Finlay Oval. But that's got huge consequences for Lavington, obviously, who are trying to push Myrtleford out of the top 5, Lukey. But workmanlike win there. 37-point victors, Lavy Panthers, and didn't do a whole lot wrong. Scored when they needed to. Great defensively against Roos, obviously. They were pretty good in the midfield, the Roos, with the Wilson brothers. Melksham had a good first half. Probably didn't have the impact he would have liked in the second half, but they can hold their heads high. They just didn't capitalise on the chances that they had, Corowa, and they certainly had plenty of those 7-8-50 to 13-9-87 on the work lock at Wangaratta scoreboard.
That's right, Chris Mitchell. Now, we've got Sky Burgess and Dan Vaccaro out in the ground, and you can see Dan just trying to pluck out a player. We're going to name the Yarrawonga News and Gives Player of the Day. What do you reckon there? What's happening out there? Look at Dan. He's
just pointing, isn't he? So
he's just focused, isn't he?
I reckon he's after Glanville, but it could be Gaffney. Annette was pretty good. Obviously, I think one of the midfielders, Driscoll, was pretty good, obviously more so in the first half. But they were so even. That's why it's probably hard to pick a player of the day, isn't it?
Absolutely.
The Lavington Panthers, Adam Schneider. Obviously got them well drilled and, pretty happy in front of us talking to Tim Sensen.
Exactly. So 37 points the margin here at the final siren. The Panthers getting home in the final turn, brought to you by APCO Wangaratta this afternoon. Work locker, Wangaratta scoreboard, 13-9-87 to Corowa's 7-8-50. Chris Mitchell.
Lukey, how did you see young Charlie Sanson today?
Yeah, I thought he did some good things. Didn't he? He's got some size about him. Very athletic. Got a nice kick on him. And, well, he wanted to compete. That's the main thing, isn't it?
He did.
At first grade level, when you see a young bloke coming in, you just got to make a contest of it, and that's exactly what he did. What about yourself, Trish?
Yeah, I thought he was pretty good. Obviously playing against a good defender in Cody Howard, who likes to run off and get first use of the ball and play in front. But he certainly wasn't outclassed by any stretch of the imagination, and hopefully he's done enough to keep his spot for the clash next week.
Absolutely. So we're about to head back down to ground level, and Sky Burgess is down there, and she's got our Yarrawonga News and Gives Player of the Day, and I reckon she's with Billy Glanville. Down to you, Sky.
I am. Will, that was an outstanding game. I've got to ask straight up, is that how you expected it to play out? Because I've got to admit, you took us by surprise with the run and carry and the way you had the ball. It was amazing. So was it the game plan going in, or was it a bit of a shock to you guys too?
Yeah, we knew it was going to be a pretty physical game. We knew they like to use the handball and link up, but yeah, it was pretty up and down. I was cooked at the end there, yeah.
You played an outstanding game. How does this set you up, I guess, like the 6th versus 7th battle? There was a lot riding on the game today. How does this set you up going into the next coming weeks?
Yeah, obviously, I think there's still a chance at finals, so we just got to focus on our games and win the ones we can, and hope the results of obviously Murderford go our way as well. So, yeah.
Yeah, you've got a couple of games coming up that are definitely winnable, and that pretty much 4 to 5th, 6th, 7th is all a fight for the line. So I wish you guys the best of luck moving forward. Boys, you got any questions for Will?
Yeah, Billy, congratulations firstly on being the Yarrawonga News and Gifts Player of the Day, a super win. You played great footy again this afternoon yourself. You must be really loving your time at the Panthers.
Yeah, it's been good. Obviously, coming down this year, Snides is unreal, and the boys have been really good this year. It's a good group of boys, and yeah, it's just good to be out here playing with them.
Yeah, fantastic. We'll let you go, mate, because we know you want to get in there and sing that song. Got the whole team waiting there, Sky. So we can't hold him up, can we?
Very polite of them. Yeah, one in, all in, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Here they come. Look at him. He's copying it too. He's going to give it a ribbing. Yeah, you got to do it, Chris, don't you?
Oh, they always rib the player of the day.
They call him Magnets too.
Magnets.
So that's his new nickname, Magnets.
Gee.
I don't have to explain why.
No, that's it. He is a ball magnet.
That's not what I was thinking. You could think that too, eh? Chick magnet?
Okay. Well.
Dual use. You never know how that could be taken.
Yeah,
okay. He might be very popular on the dance floor.
Was it Billy that Brent Dixon was saying was having surgery because they had to get rid of the ball because it was attached to him?
Yeah, the ball magnets.
Yeah, ball of magnets. So.
Here come the Panthers now. They're just
very happy with themselves.
Yeah, they are. Strolling down underneath our broadcast position here. Sky, yeah, she's going to go in and grab the song for us, which will be good. Billy Glanville, that was hard, Dan Vaccaro, wasn't it? Trying to pick the Yarrawonga News and Gives Player of the Day.
You were pointing the directions like you're Adam Schneider out there.
We were sort of just discussing who it could be. It was such an even output from Lavington today. I thought Billy Glanville was probably their best. I don't know about what you boys thought. I thought Hargrave was also good. Sammy Hopper was good as well, but I thought Billy Glanville was really good today.
Yeah, definitely.
Just got confirmation Myrtleford game is still going ahead, so the Saints are in front by 5 points. Ben Paul has snapped his ankle, which is what the early reports. Ankles at right angles, which is the news I'm getting down from the WJ Finlay Oval. So hopefully
that's bad, isn't it?
That's not correct there for Ben Paul. But yeah, big game there for the Saints. If they win, I reckon they're in the finals and might shut the door for Lavington. But maybe we won't tell them just yet. We'll wait till after the song anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. You've just joined us on 1566 3E. It has been the Lavington Panthers, the visiting team, here to John Ford Oval this afternoon. They've got home 13-9-87 to Corowa 7-8-50. And very shortly we'll be crossing down to the rooms and we'll see if Sky Burgess can pick up the Panthers song. So it's been a super win. They're yahooing and haying, and we're almost ready to go down there, I reckon. Here we go. Yeah, it was beautiful. The Panthers getting home at John Ford Oval this afternoon. As we said, they've run out pretty handy winners, 87-50. We might go to you, Chris, and check on the goal kickers for this afternoon for both teams. Of course, Chris, brought to you by the Old Town and Country Tavern this afternoon. What do you got for us, Mitch?
Yeah, well, I haven't added them all up, so bear with me, Luke.
You're all right, yeah.
We've got Cook with a couple, Garland, Elbers with a couple as well, Gaffney, Hennessy, Hargrave, Driscoll, O'Brien, Glanville, Gilmore, and other Driscoll as well. So both Driscolls getting on the score sheet there. But, yeah, plenty of only one, I think, multiple goal kicker, which was Cook. So incredible. 12 scorers on the board there for the Panthers. So obviously really even contribution there across the board, not only in the goal scoring, but, yeah, in the midfield and in defence as well. They were really stingy and really strangled the life out of Corowa every time they went forward. But it was set up behind the ball. I reckon they were really well structured, and it just didn't give Corowa much of a look at it.
Yeah, absolutely. So Aidan Cook, as you said, picking up a double, one to the Bridge Road end, a right foot snap, and then again at the scoreboard end in the third and fourth quarters. Now, Dan, let's see what we had on the water stat sheet, mate. Whoever stands out this afternoon, do your work, mate. What you do
Beautiful.
best.
We'll go through it, Lukey. So just on the water stat sheet, the centre clearance count was 7 to 10 throughout the day. The free kick count, I thought it was pretty well adjudicated the game today, all in all. The count was 15 to 10 in favour of Corowa. Inside 50 count was 34 Corowa. Lavington had 47 inside 50, so that was probably evident on the result in the end. Mitchie, and then you go over to the players of the Corowa side. Cam Wilson was fantastic today. He had 28 touches. Really, really hard working. He was brilliant all day. Damo Wilson, brother, had pretty much the exact same game as well. He had 26 touches. He was instrumental. Jared Lane, I thought, was very, very good. He had the 21 touches. Darcy Melksham, great first half, a little bit more quiet in the second. He had finished with 20 touches. Cody Howard, for his first game back, was fantastic, boys. He had 19 touches for the day. His run off half back was really, really prominent. And then as we go on to the Lavington side of things, Sammy Hopper was really good today. He had a quiet second quarter. He didn't touch the footy and he finished with 21. So 21 in 3 quarters of footy. Tommy Hargraves, consistent as always, finished with 22. Ben Ashley Cooper, quiet for his standards. He finished with 13. I thought he still had some good moments. Jakey O'Brien, very quiet as well with the 14. And Will Glanville, our player of the day, had 23 and very instrumental, boys.
Yeah, well done, Dan, on the water stat sheet all day, doing a fantastic job as he has all season. Dan Vaccaro. Now, Chris, let's go around the grounds for the Plough in Tarrawinji, and you've got some interesting scores here.
Some really interesting scores, Lukey. And there's a couple of big ones. Hard to know where to start, but we should probably start with the Wodonga Raiders. It looks like they're 1-point victors over North Albury.
Wow.
I hope I'm not wrong there.
No, you are.
The game's still going.
You are right. You
I'm
are right.
The game's
Sky
finished.
Got a message to say that Raiders had won.
Okay, so they've won by 1 point for the first win of the season, and they're off the bottom of the ladder. So well done, Wodonga Raiders. Big victory there. 1 point thriller over North Albury. Wodonga Raiders' first win of the season. And the other big one, Myrtleford has really put the foot down late in this term against the Wang Rovers. They are going to win comfortably at the WJ Finlay Oval, which is incredible. Rovers were in front about 5 minutes ago, 93 to 77.
Wow.
Incredible stuff there by the Saints, even with Ben Paul and one rotation down. So incredible stuff.
Yeah, just tell us again what happened to Ben Paul, Mitch. So you received a text message, didn't you?
Yeah, he snapped his ankle. So he's forced his way into the side in the second half of the season. So really disappointing there for Ben Paul, former Warrowley player as well. And yeah, it doesn't look like he's going to pull on the boots again this season, Daniel.
Nah, it's a pity, isn't it?
That's a
you
sad
don't wish
story.
that upon anyone.
Yeah, absolutely. Rightio, we'll get to a break here from John Ford Oval. It's been the Lavington Panthers. They've run out 37-point winners this afternoon, 39-87 to Corowa-Rutherglen, 7-8-50. A break. And on the other side, back with more action from Johnny Ford Oval. This is O&M Live. And don't forget, on O&M Live, you will not miss a thing.
All clear.
Watching the game at home is good, but watching the game on the big screen with all your mates, all the atmosphere and the great food and beer is pretty hard to beat. And it's all here at the locker room at the SSNA.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
Did someone say KFC?
I don't care. I love it. Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where there's industry qualified trainers. Go where students come first. Go for the community. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go where there's free TAFE. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything. Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
The new Nissan Navara has landed at McRae Nissan with a tougher, more rugged design, Nissan intelligent mobility, advanced off-road capabilities, and a host of on-road refinement. Test drive one today at McRae Nissan.
GoTAFE is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on,
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
Hi, I'm Kylie King. I first fell in love with this region as the Prime News sports presenter. Sometimes this feels like my second home. I love our historic towns and vibrant cities, our passion for sport, and of course the people who make it special. And now I get to share what's important in our region with Kev Polton. So join us, Kylie and Kev for breakfast, weekday mornings from 6 on 2AY and 3NE.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a seafood basket served with chips, salad and tartare sauce from just $18. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.